Viewers, you are the fire that fuels this movement. Every click, every share, every comment. It's not just support, it's defiance. You're proving to the world that we are here to challenge the norms, break the chains, and rewrite the rules. Thank you for standing with us in this relentless pursuit of power and freedom. And to our new viewers, this is your wake-up call. Welcome to Grimface, where motivation isn't pretty and the truth isn't sugar-coated. This is where we confront reality, destroy mediocrity, and build unshakable resilience. If you're ready to stop being a pawn in someone else's game and start taking control of your life, you've found your tribe. Join the movement. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and prepare for a journey into the darkest depths of your potential. Together, we don't just survive, we thrive. Welcome to the Grimface movement. Let's rise. Lesson 1. Understand your financial personality. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself why you handle money the way you do? Why you're either hoarding every cent in fear or spending it like tomorrow doesn't exist? It's not random. It's you. Your choices, your habits, your personality. And until you face that truth, you'll stay stuck, a slave to patterns you don't even understand. The system loves your ignorance. It wants you blind to your tendencies, predictable in your flaws. The marketers know what triggers your spending. The lenders know how to keep you in debt. They study you like a predator studies prey, exploiting your every weakness. And if you don't understand yourself, you're an easy target. But here's the harsh reality. It's not their fault. It's yours. Because every time you avoid looking in the mirror, every time you make another excuse, you're giving them power. Power that should belong to you. Understanding your financial personality isn't just a nice idea. It's the first weapon in your arsenal. Are you a spender who lives for the moment, but sacrifices the future? Or are you a saver so paralyzed by fear that you've built a prison out of your own frugality? Maybe you're an avoider, pretending money isn't an issue until it's too late. Whatever you are, own it. Don't run from it. Don't lie to yourself about who you are. Because until you understand your tendencies, you can't control them. And if you can't control them, they'll control you. But let me warn you, this isn't easy. Looking in the mirror and seeing the truth. It's brutal. It's ugly. You'll confront your mistakes, your weaknesses, your excuses. You'll see the times you let fear dictate your choices, the times you let impulse rob your future. But in that moment, when the truth burns like fire, you'll have a choice. Stay blind or rise. Understanding your financial personality isn't about fixing yourself. It's about working with who you are to build a system that serves you. If you're a spender, build safeguards that force you to save without even thinking about it. If you're a saver, give yourself permission to enjoy life without guilt. If you're an avoider, automate your finances so you can stop running. The system doesn't want you to have this knowledge. It doesn't want you to break free from its traps. But once you know yourself, once you master your tendencies, you become untouchable. You stop reacting and start deciding. You take back the power that's been stolen from you. So I ask you, will you stay blind to your own patterns, letting them run your life? Or will you face the truth, take control, and start building a system that works for you instead of against you? The choice is yours. But remember, ignorance is the ally of the system. Knowledge about yourself is your greatest weapon. Use it, or stay in the dark. Lesson 2. Define your core values and financial goals. Do you know what you're fighting for? Or are you just wandering through life, chasing what society tells you to want? The latest gadget, the bigger house, the luxury car, it's all noise. Distractions designed to keep you trapped, broke, and empty. And if you're not clear on your core values, you'll spend your entire life running after things that don't matter. Most people live and die without ever asking themselves, what do I actually want? They're too scared to face the answer because the truth is uncomfortable. It forces you to see the gap between where you are and where you should be. But without that clarity, you're nothing but a puppet, dancing to someone else's tune. Let me tell you something. If you don't define your values, the world will define them for you. And the world doesn't care about your dreams. It wants you distracted, compliant, and dependent. Your core values are your compass, and without them, you're lost, wandering through the wilderness, wasting your life on things that don't matter. So what do you truly value? Freedom? Security? Family? Legacy? Be honest. Strip away the noise, the expectations, the lies you tell yourself to fit in. Dig deep. This isn't about what sounds good. It's about what burns in your soul, what you'd fight for, what you'd die for. Now take those values and turn them into financial goals. Not vague dreams like, I want to be rich, or I want to be comfortable. That's weak. That's lazy. Your goals need to be as sharp as a blade and just as deadly. How much do you want? By when? What will you sacrifice to get there? Write it down. Burn it into your mind. This is where most people fail. They set goals that are someone else's idea of success. They chase wealth to impress strangers, to fill a void that can never be filled. And when they achieve those hollow goals, they're left empty, wondering why they're still miserable. Don't let that be you. Align your goals with your values, and every step you take will have meaning. Every sacrifice will feel worth it. But let's be clear. Defining your values and goals is just the beginning. The real work starts when you act on them. Because the moment you decide what matters, the world will test you. It will tempt you, distract you, and throw obstacles in your path. It will demand to know if you're serious. And if you're not, it will devour you. So ask yourself, what do I stand for? What am I willing to fight for? And am I brave enough to live a life that aligns with those answers, no matter the cost? Your core values are your foundation. Your goals are the blueprint. Together, they're the key to building a life of purpose and power. Without them, you're just another pawn in someone else's game. Don't be a pawn. Be the player. Define your values. Set your goals. And then move with ruthless intention. This is your life. Your fight. Make it count. Lesson 3. Create a flexible spending framework. You've been told to budget, to squeeze every dollar into a cage of rules and restrictions. They say it's the key to financial success. But let's be honest. Traditional budgets don't work. They feel suffocating, impossible to stick to, and they're built to fail. And when they do, you're left with guilt, frustration, and the same cycle of chaos. But here's the truth. No one tells you. It's not your fault. The system wants you to believe that if you fail to budget, you're the problem. That you're lazy or undisciplined. But the real problem is the system itself. A rigid, outdated framework that sets you up to fail. And the worst part? It keeps you trapped in the belief that managing your money has to feel like punishment. It doesn't. You don't need a budget. You need control. You need a system that works with your life, not against it. A system that doesn't demand perfection, but rewards consistency. And that's where a flexible spending framework comes in. It's not about restriction, it's about freedom. It's about deciding where your money goes and making it work for you. The first step? Stop treating your money like a mystery. Look at it. Track it. Understand it. Ignorance is the enemy here, and awareness is your weapon. Once you know where your money is going, you can take control. Divide your spending into 3 categories: essentials, enjoyment, and growth. Essentials keep you alive. Enjoyment makes life worth living, and growth builds your future. Here's the twist. Give yourself permission to spend on what matters to you. Guilt has no place here. If something aligns with your values and brings you real joy, spend without hesitation. But if it doesn't, cut it mercilessly. Because every dollar wasted on what doesn't matter is a dollar stolen from what does. This framework isn't rigid, it's adaptable. Life changes, and so will your spending. Emergencies happen, opportunities arise. A flexible framework gives you the power to adjust without derailing your progress. It's a system built for warriors, not perfectionists. But let's not pretend this will be easy. You'll have to confront your habits, your impulses, your excuses. You'll have to make hard choices, sacrificing the temporary for the eternal, the superficial for the meaningful. And when temptation strikes, when you're faced with the lure of instant gratification, you'll have to ask yourself, does this serve my goals, or does it sabotage them? Because that's the bottom line. Every decision you make is either a step toward power or a step back into mediocrity. And if you're not willing to fight for control over your money, someone else will control it for you. This is your chance to break free from the chaos, to stop letting money slip through your fingers like sand and start wielding it like a weapon. A flexible spending framework isn't just a tool, it's a declaration of independence. It's you saying, I'm in charge now. So, what's it going to be? Will you stay chained to a system that doesn't work? Or will you take the reins and create one that does? The choice is yours. But know this, true freedom comes not from how much you earn, but from how well you control what you have. Take control, build your framework, and let the rest of the world wonder how you became unstoppable. Lesson 4. Build awareness through tracking, not restrictions. What you don't track, you can't control. It's that simple. Most people live their lives in financial darkness, blind to where their money goes. They avoid looking at their accounts, pretend their debt doesn't exist, and hope that somehow everything will magically work out. Spoiler alert, it won't. Ignorance isn't bliss. It's a slow death. Every dollar you lose to mindless spending, every opportunity you miss because you're not paying attention, is another nail in the coffin of your dreams. You're not just losing money, you're losing time, freedom, and control over your life. But tracking, that's power. Tracking your money isn't about judgment or restriction. It's about awareness. It's about knowing exactly where you stand so you can decide where you're going. It's about pulling your head out of the sand and facing the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. The system wants you in the dark. It thrives on your ignorance because ignorance keeps you weak. It keeps you spending impulsively, trapped in cycles of debt, and reliant on credit to survive. But when you start tracking, you break the system's grip. You take back control, dollar by dollar, decision by decision. Tracking isn't glamorous. It's not flashy. It's the gritty, unrelenting work of facing your reality. It forces you to confront the things you'd rather ignore. The pointless subscriptions, the late-night Amazon binges, the mindless trips to the coffee shop. It shines a spotlight on every choice you make, forcing you to ask, is this serving me, or is this sabotaging me? But here's the truth. Tracking isn't about punishment. It's about liberation. It's not about telling yourself no. It's about knowing where your yes truly matters. When you track your spending, you stop reacting and start deciding. You stop drifting and start directing. You stop wasting and you start building. Don't let fear hold you back. The numbers might scare you at first. They might make you feel small, overwhelmed, even ashamed. But fear is temporary. Power is permanent. And the only way to gain power over your finances is to face them head on. Track every dollar, every cent. Watch where it goes, and you'll see where your priorities truly lie. And if those priorities don't align with your goals, change them. Ruthlessly, mercilessly. Because every dollar that doesn't work for you is a dollar working against you. This is your wake-up call. Stop hiding from your finances. Stop letting the system dictate your life. Build awareness. Track your money. And use that knowledge to create a life of purpose and power. The choice is simple. Stay blind or take control. Remain a pawn or become the master of your own game. Start tracking today. Face the truth and let the numbers guide you to the freedom you deserve. Lesson 5. Automate and simplify your financial system. Time is your greatest enemy. Every second you waste trying to outthink, outmaneuver, or outwork the chaos in your finances is a second you'll never get back. Most people spend their lives in a perpetual state of financial firefighting, chasing bills, juggling payments, scrambling to save what little they can. It's exhausting, unsustainable, and exactly what the system wants. But let me tell you something. Freedom doesn't come from working harder. It doesn't come from obsessing over every dollar. It comes from mastering the system. And mastery begins with automation. Automation isn't just a tool, it's a declaration of war. It's you taking the chaos, the noise, the endless distractions, and silencing them for good. When you automate your finances, you're no longer a slave to your impulses or the relentless demands of the system. You're the architect of your own financial future. Here's the truth. The system is designed to keep you reactive. It wants you stressed, overwhelmed, and focused on survival so you'll never have the energy to build something greater. But automation flips the script. It eliminates human error, bypasses distractions, and ensures that your money is always working for you, even when you're not paying attention. Start with the essentials. Automate your savings so that every paycheck, a portion of your money, is ripped away from temptation and sent to build your future. Automate your investments so that the power of compounding works relentlessly in your favor. Automate your bills so you're never caught off guard, never penalized, never behind. This isn't about taking shortcuts. It's about taking control. It's about freeing up your mental energy so you can focus on what truly matters. Creating wealth, building power, and designing the life you deserve. The less time you spend managing your money, the more time you have to grow it. But let's be clear. Automation is only as powerful as the system you build. Simplicity is key. Complexity is the enemy of progress. A tangled web of accounts, subscriptions, and scattered priorities will only drag you down. Streamline everything. Make your system lean, efficient, and brutal in its effectiveness. And don't fool yourself into thinking this is easy. Automation demands discipline. It forces you to commit to a plan and stick to it, even when temptation calls, even when fear creeps in. It requires you to let go of control in the moment, to gain control over the long term. So, I ask you, are you tired of fighting the same battles every month? Are you ready to break free from the chaos and step into a world where your money works harder than you ever will? Because that's what automation offers, a path to freedom, a way out of the grind, the stress, the endless cycle of reaction. But only if you have the courage to take it. Simplify, automate, dominate. Build a financial system so strong, so seamless, that nothing can shake it. This is how you stop surviving and start thriving. This is how you win. Lesson 6. Embrace guilt-free spending. What's the point of all this? The tracking, the saving, the sacrifices. Why do we fight so hard for financial freedom if we never allow ourselves to truly live? Too many people grind endlessly, denying themselves every joy, every indulgence, as if misery is the price of success. Let me tell you something. That's not freedom. That's another form of slavery. Money is a tool, not a cage. It's not meant to control you. It's meant to empower you. And if you're afraid to spend it, if you feel guilt every time you enjoy what you've earned, then you're still trapped. You're still letting money own you instead of the other way around. But don't misunderstand me. Guilt-free spending doesn't mean reckless spending. It doesn't mean throwing your money away on every fleeting desire. It means knowing what truly matters to you, what brings you joy, fulfillment, and purpose, and giving yourself permission to invest in those things unapologetically. Here's the hard truth. Most people don't know what truly matters to them. They spend mindlessly, chasing momentary highs, only to feel empty the next day. They buy things they don't need to impress people who don't care, and they wonder why their lives feel hollow. That's not joy. It's addiction. It's distraction. And it's killing them. To spend guilt-free, you have to get brutally honest with yourself. What do you actually value? Is it time with your family? Travel that expands your mind? Tools that help you grow? Whatever it is, identify it. Own it. And cut out everything that doesn't align with it, without hesitation, without regret. But here's the kicker. Spending guilt-free also requires you to earn it. You can't indulge in luxury if your foundation is crumbling. You can't enjoy your wealth if you're drowning in debt, ignoring your future, or lying to yourself about what you can afford. True guilt-free spending comes from knowing you've done the work, that your finances are strong, that your priorities are in order. Anything else is just a facade. The world will try to make you feel guilty. It will tell you that you're selfish for spending on yourself, that you should be saving every penny or giving it all away. Ignore that noise. Because here's the truth. If you don't take care of yourself, if you don't allow yourself to live, you won't have the strength to build, to grow, to give. So I ask you, are you spending in alignment with your values? Or are you wasting your life chasing things that don't matter? Are you denying yourself the joy you've earned? Or are you indulging recklessly with no thought for tomorrow? Guilt-free spending isn't about the money. It's about the mindset. It's about stepping into your power, owning your decisions, and living a life that reflects your values. It's about freedom, the kind of freedom that can't be bought, only earned. Spend wisely, spend boldly, spend on what sets your soul on fire. Because money isn't the goal. Living fully, unapologetically, and powerfully is. And that, my friend, is priceless. Lesson 7. Build long-term financial resilience. The truth is harsh, but you need to hear it. The world doesn't care about your excuses. Emergencies, setbacks, and chaos. They're coming for you, whether you're ready or not. And if you think life will wait for you to figure things out, you're deluding yourself. The storms don't stop. The question is, will you stand tall, or will you crumble under the weight? Most people crumble. They live paycheck to paycheck, one unexpected expense away from disaster. They tell themselves, it'll all work out, as if luck will save them. But luck is a coward's excuse. Resilience isn't about luck. It's about preparation. It's about building something so solid, so unshakable, that no storm can tear it down. Let's be clear. Resilience isn't easy. It's not glamorous. It's not something you'll get applause for. But it's the difference between surviving and thriving. And it starts with a simple truth. You can't rely on anyone else. Not the system, not your boss, not the government. If you want security, you have to create it. Build your emergency fund. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. 3 to 6 months of expenses, locked away, untouchable, except in times of crisis. This isn't negotiable. This is your safety net, your lifeline when the world tries to knock you down. Without it, You're walking a tightrope with no net below, and eventually, you'll fall. But don't stop there. Resilience isn't just about surviving the bad times. It's about thriving in the good ones. Start investing, not just to grow your wealth, but to protect it. Diversify your income, so no single failure can bring you down. And never, ever stop learning. Because the more you know, the harder you are to break. This isn't just about money. This is about power. When you're financially resilient, you don't live in fear. You don't bow to anyone. You make decisions from a place of strength, not desperation. You control your destiny instead of letting it control you. But let me warn you, building resilience requires sacrifice. It means saying no to short-term gratification. It means being disciplined, ruthless, and relentless. It means facing the hard truths about your habits, your weaknesses, and your priorities. Most people can't handle that. They'd rather stay comfortable and hope for the best. But hope won't save you when the storm comes. So I ask you, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to sacrifice today to protect tomorrow? Or will you keep playing the game, hoping you don't lose it all when the stakes get too high? The choice is yours. Build your resilience, brick by brick, day by day. And when the world tests you, and it will, you won't just survive. You'll stand tall, unshaken, unbreakable. This is your life, your fight, your legacy. Make it indestructible. You've reached the end of this battle, but the war is far from over. Remember, the Grimface movement isn't about quick fixes or empty promises. It's about relentless action, unshakable discipline, and the refusal to settle for anything less than greatness. To our loyal warriors, your support is the lifeblood of this movement. Every like, every comment, every share, it's a signal to the world that we are here, we are rising, and we will not be stopped. And to those of you who are new, the question remains, will you stay on the sidelines, or will you join the fight? Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and step into a community of those who refuse to be ordinary. This is Grimface. We don't follow the rules. We make our own. We don't wait for opportunities. We create them. And we don't stop until the life we want is the life we have. Stay relentless. Stay ruthless. And until next time, remember, the only limits that exist are the ones you refuse to destroy. See you in the next battle. Most people live their lives on autopilot, chasing comfort, avoiding struggle, and waiting for success to somehow fall into their laps. But not us. The Grimface movement isn't for the weak. It isn't for those looking for handouts, excuses, or shortcuts. It's for those who refuse to be average. It's for the ones willing to burn the old version of themselves to the ground and rebuild from nothing. It's for the ones who welcome pain, who thrive under pressure, who understand that success isn't given, it's taken. This 10-lesson blueprint is your initiation. Each lesson is a weapon designed to rewire your mind, destroy your limits, and forge you into something unstoppable. But understand this, knowledge alone won't save you. Most people will read this, feel inspired, and do nothing. They will stay exactly where they are, weak, distracted, and lost. You won't. Because if you have the will to execute these lessons, if you have the guts to walk this path, then you will rise. You will break every barrier. You will take what's yours. This is your moment. The weak will hesitate. The strong will step forward. Welcome to the Grimface movement. Lesson 1. Burn the old you to the ground. There comes a time in every person's life when they realize they are their own greatest enemy. Look at yourself. Look at your habits. Look at the way you've been living. Do you see it? The routine, the comfort, the hesitation, the patterns that have kept you stuck in the same place, repeating the same cycle, expecting something to change. But nothing has changed, has it? That's because success demands something most people are unwilling to do. Kill the old version of themselves. Not tame it. Not fix it. Destroy it. Burn it to the ground so something new, something stronger, can rise from the ashes. Step 1. Confront the lie you've been living. Most people won't change because they are too attached to their story. The story they tell themselves about why they can't break free. I wasn't born into wealth. I don't have the right connections. I don't have time. Excuses. Lies. Chains you have willingly wrapped around your own potential. Today, you break those chains. Today, you look at yourself in the mirror and tell the truth. You are not a victim. You are not stuck. You are choosing this life every single day by the habits you refuse to change. Step 2. Cut what's holding you back. You can't move forward while dragging dead weight. Toxic people, cut them off. If they don't push you to be better, they're pulling you down. Time-wasting habits, eliminate them. If it doesn't serve your future, it has no place in your present. Weak thinking, rewire your mind. If you don't believe you can evolve, you never will. Billionaires don't cling to what's comfortable. They ruthlessly eliminate anything that slows them down. That's the difference between them and everyone else. They sacrifice who they were to become who they need to be. Step 3. Rebuild from nothing. Once the old version of you is gone, what remains? A blank slate. That's the terrifying part. But it's also the most powerful moment of your life. You get to rebuild yourself, not based on past failures, but on the future you are going to create. Want to be powerful? Start acting powerful. Want to be wealthy? Start thinking like someone who deserves wealth. Want to be unstoppable? Prove it. Every single day. This is how you implement lesson 1 into your life. You make the decision that the old you is dead, and you never look back. Most people will hear this and do nothing. They will nod their heads, feel inspired, and go right back to their old patterns. Not you. If you truly want this, if you truly want to rise above the mediocrity that has trapped the masses, you will take action. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, because the life you want, it's waiting, but it will never belong to the old you. So burn the past, step into your future, and don't stop until the world knows your name. Lesson 2. Become your own biggest fan. The world won't believe in you until you do. Look around. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to push you, support you, or hand you the life you want. The world doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care how hard you work. It doesn't care how much potential you have. It only cares about one thing: results. And results don't come to the hesitant. They don't come to the doubtful. They come to those who walk into the fire with unshakable belief that they will win. The question is, do you believe in yourself? Because if you don't, you've already lost. Step 1. Kill self-doubt before it kills you. Self-doubt is the silent assassin of potential. It creeps in when you're alone. It whispers in your ear when you're about to take a risk. It makes you hesitate when you should act. And hesitation is the first step toward failure. You have a business idea? You second guess it. You see an opportunity? You think you're not ready? You want to take a leap? You wait for permission that will never come. And while you hesitate, someone else, someone with half your talent, but twice your belief, is already executing. Doubt is a disease. And the cure? Action. Act before the fear catches up. Move before your mind talks you out of it. Decide that you are worthy, and then prove it through your actions. Step 2. Make confidence a habit. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. It's a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. You don't need permission to believe in yourself. You don't need validation. The people who wait for the world to approve of them end up watching from the sidelines while the bold take over. Here's how you implement this today. Speak differently. Stop saying "I think" and start saying "I know." Stop saying "I hope" and start saying "I will." Move differently. Walk like you belong at the table. Act like you own the room. Even if you don't feel it yet. Fake it until you make it. Think differently. Every billionaire you admire was once just a person who chose to believe in themselves before anyone else did. You have that same choice. Step 3. Stop seeking validation. If you need the approval of others, you're already their slave. Stop asking for permission. Stop waiting for support. Most people won't believe in you until after you succeed. That's just how the world works. But here's the secret. You don't need them to believe. Your confidence must come from within. You have to decide right now that you will win. Not because someone told you that you can. Not because the world made it easy. But because you refuse to accept any other outcome. This lesson is simple. If you don't back yourself, who will? If you don't bet on yourself, why should anyone else? Most people spend their whole lives doubting themselves into failure. You're done with that. You're stepping into a new mindset. A mindset where you are your own greatest supporter, your own biggest fan. Because once you believe with absolute certainty that you are capable of greatness, the world has no choice but to step aside and watch you take it. So the question is, do you believe? Because if you do, the game changes. And if you don't, you have no future worth fighting for. Lesson 3. Welcome hardships. Pain is the price of greatness. Most people pray for an easy life. They want wealth without struggle, success without sacrifice, power without pain. But let me tell you the truth. The world does not reward the weak. It does not hand out victory to those who run from pain. Billionaires, the strongest, most powerful people on this planet, they aren't afraid of hardship. They crave it because they know that every setback, every obstacle, and every moment of suffering is forging them into something unstoppable. The question is, when the fire comes, will you run or will you walk into it? Step 1. Rewire your relationship with pain. Hardship is not your enemy. Pain is not your punishment. It is your training ground. Most people break under pressure because they fear difficulty. But the ultra-successful, they embrace it. They know that struggle is the currency of success. The weak cry when life gets hard. The strong adapt. The weak avoid discomfort. The strong seek it out. The weak see failure as defeat. The strong see it as a lesson. You will never reach your full potential until you stop avoiding pain and start using it. Step 2. Stop waiting for the easy way. There is no shortcut, no hack, no cheat code. If you are looking for an easier way, you have already lost. The road to success is supposed to be brutal. It's supposed to test you. It's supposed to break the weak, so only the strongest survive. The difference between those who make it and those who don't. The weak give up when it gets tough. The strong push through the pain and keep going. If you're struggling right now, if life is punching you in the face, good. That means you're in the middle of your transformation. Don't stop now. Step 3. Train yourself to thrive under pressure. Most people crack under stress. You won't. Because you will train yourself to operate at your highest level even when everything is against you. Here's how you implement this today. Do something uncomfortable every single day. Whether it's waking up earlier, working harder, or confronting your fears, train yourself to love discomfort. When things get hard, lean in. Stop looking for a way out. Find a way through. Make pressure your fuel. When you fail, smile. Because failure means you're growing. Failure means you're learning. And if you're learning, you're winning. Final warning. This is where most people quit. They see obstacles and fold. They feel pressure and run. And that's why they never rise above mediocrity. But you're not most people. You will face every challenge with a warrior's mindset. You will embrace pain, adapt to pressure, and refuse to break. Because the bigger the struggle, the bigger the reward. Welcome hardship. Invite the storm, and watch as the world bends to your will. Lesson 4. Become addicted to progress. The finish line is a myth. Focus on the process. Most people fail because they dream about success, but refuse to do the work. They start with excitement, fueled by motivation, but the moment they don't see instant results, they quit. That's why they never win. Because success isn't about giant leaps. It isn't about sudden breakthroughs. It's about relentless forward motion. Billionaires, the ultra-successful, they don't wait for motivation. They train themselves to crave progress. Even when it's slow, even when it's invisible, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Because they know that every small step stacks up. The question is, can you commit to the process when the results aren't immediate? Step 1. Break your addiction to instant gratification. Society has trained people to expect everything now. You want to get rich? You look for a shortcut. You want to build a business? You expect success overnight. You want to be great? You think a few days of effort should be enough. And when it doesn't happen instantly, you quit. That's why most people will never succeed. Because success isn't an event. It's a process. And those who win learn to love that process. Step 2. Make progress your drug. Stop obsessing over the finish line. Obsess over progress. The most successful people in the world fall in love with improvement. Even if it's just 1% better every day. Because here's the secret. Small wins stack up. The person who saves $10 a day becomes wealthy. The person who reads 10 pages a day becomes a genius. The person who works out for 20 minutes a day becomes unstoppable. You don't need to do everything at once. You just need to do something every day. And before you know it, you'll be standing in a reality most people will never reach. Step 3. Implement the system. Never stop moving. You want to put this lesson into action? Here's how. Set a goal so small you can't fail. Then do it. Track your progress. Every single day. Not to compare, but to prove to yourself that you're moving forward. Never break the streak. No matter how tired, no matter how busy, no matter how unmotivated, do something. Even if it's small. Even if it's just one step forward. Because the moment you stop, you reset the clock. And the moment you stop, you become like everyone else. Waiting, hoping, dreaming, but never acting. Success is a long game. Most people don't have the patience. They start, they stop, they restart, and wonder why they never get anywhere. You will keep moving. Every single day. You will train yourself to crave progress, no matter how slow. Because the more you build, the more unstoppable you become. And once you're addicted to progress, once you refuse to stop, success is inevitable. Lesson 5. Always be learning. The second you think you know everything, you've already lost. Most people plateau because they stop growing. They reach a certain level of success, a little bit of comfort, and they get lazy. They stop reading. They stop learning. They assume they've figured it all out. And that's the moment they start falling behind. Billionaires, the ultra-successful, they never let their ego convince them that they've arrived. They are students for life. They know that the world is evolving, knowledge is expanding, and the second they stop learning, they become irrelevant. The question is, will you stay ahead, or will you become another person left behind? Step 1. Kill your ego. The biggest barrier to learning? Pride. Most people are too arrogant to admit they don't know everything. They reject feedback. They ignore new ideas. They assume they've mastered their craft. And while they sit in their false confidence, someone else is surpassing them. Here's the truth. The richest people in the world still read daily. The greatest athletes still train like they're at the bottom. The smartest minds seek out people even smarter than them. If you want to grow, you must destroy the illusion that you've arrived. Step 2. Become obsessed with learning. You don't get ahead by knowing more than everyone else. You get ahead by learning faster than everyone else. The most successful people in the world treat learning like a competitive advantage. Here's how you implement this today. Read every single day. Books, articles, case studies. Consume knowledge like your life depends on it. Surround yourself with people smarter than you. Stop being the smartest person in the room. Find rooms that challenge you. Question everything. Every belief, every assumption, every strategy. Stay curious. Because the second you stop learning, you start decaying. Step 3. Seek out growth, not comfort. Most people only learn when they're forced to. They read when their life is falling apart. They seek advice when they're desperate. They finally invest in themselves after years of failure. By then it's too late. You will train yourself to learn proactively. You will seek out new knowledge before you need it. You will hunt for wisdom like it's the most valuable currency on earth. Because guess what? It is. Most people don't learn because learning requires humility. It requires admitting that you don't know it all. That's why they stay stuck. But you will stay sharp, stay hungry, and never let your ego block your growth. Because the second you stop learning, you've already started losing. Lesson 6. Give and you shall receive. The secret to limitless wealth is not taking, it's giving. Most people have it backwards. They chase success by asking, how much can I get? How much money can I make? How many deals can I close? How much can I take from others? But billionaires, the ultra-successful, they don't focus on what they can take. They focus on what they can give. Because the truth is, wealth doesn't flow to those who are the most selfish. It flows to those who provide massive value. The question is, are you a taker or are you a creator? Step 1. Stop thinking like the average person. Most people have a scarcity mindset. They believe there's only so much money, so much success, so much opportunity to go around. That's why they hoard resources. That's why they protect their knowledge. That's why they see others as competition instead of allies. And that's why they stay broke. Because the ultra-wealthy don't think like that. They know that the more value they create, the more wealth naturally comes to them. They don't fight over crumbs. They bake the whole damn pie. They don't hoard information. They teach and multiply their influence. They don't fear competition. They create such massive impact that competition becomes irrelevant. Step 2. Provide so much value that money becomes a byproduct. Here's the brutal truth. Nobody cares about you. People care about what you can do for them. If you want to be rich, if you want to be powerful, become the person who solves problems. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the paycheck. The more lives you impact, the more doors open. The more you give, the more the world gives back to you. This is how billionaires play the game. They don't chase money. They create so much value that money chases them. Step 3. Shift from taker to giver. Starting now. If you want to implement this today, here's what you do. Ask yourself, how can I provide more value today than I did yesterday? Look at your business, your job, your relationships. How can you give more? Stop worrying about immediate returns. Give so much value that people can't ignore you. Because when you give with no expectation, the universe rewards you in ways you can't even imagine. Most people stay stuck in survival mode because they only focus on what they can take. That's why they never grow. But you will shift your mindset today. You will become a giver, a creator, a force that brings so much value into the world that wealth is the only possible outcome. Because the biggest secret of success? You don't chase wealth. You create it. And wealth flows to those who give first. Lesson 7. Purpose in the process. If you can't find meaning in the grind, you'll never reach the goal. Most people burn out. They start with energy, motivation, and big dreams. But when success doesn't come fast enough, when the work feels repetitive, when the grind starts feeling pointless, they quit. Because they never understood the truth. Success isn't about hype. It's about endurance. And the only way to endure, find purpose in the process. Billionaires, the ultra-successful, they don't just work hard. They connect every action, no matter how small, to their ultimate vision. They know that every email, every meeting, every boring repetition is a brick in the empire they're building. The question is, will you fall in love with the process, or will you become another casualty of impatience? Step 1. Reframe the grind. Most people see the day-to-day work as meaningless. The hours spent perfecting a skill feels like a waste. The small, tedious tasks feels pointless. The grind feels like suffering. That's why they quit. But the ultra-successful don't see it that way. They know that every rep, every lesson, every tiny action is stacking up. Every call you make today might lead to $1 million deal next year. Every book you read today might spark the idea that changes your future. Every sacrifice you make today is creating the life you'll live tomorrow. The work isn't pointless. The work is the path. Step 2. Attach meaning to every action. Here's how you implement this today. Shift your mindset. Instead of seeing small tasks as chores, see them as essential steps toward your future success. Find the purpose behind every action. That long meeting, it's training you for high-level decision-making. That extra hour at the gym, it's keeping your mind sharp for the battles ahead. That grind you hate, it's separating you from the weak. Remind yourself daily, every action is either bringing you closer to your vision or pulling you away from it. Step 3. Stay consistent, even when it feels pointless. Most people quit when they don't see instant results. They stop working out because they don't see the six-pack. They stop investing because they don't see big returns. They stop grinding because the rewards aren't immediate. And that's why they stay average. Because the ones who win, they keep showing up, even when they don't feel like it, even when the results aren't visible yet, even when it's hard, boring, or exhausting. They trust the process and stay the course. If you only work hard when you feel motivated, you'll fail. If you only stay disciplined when it's exciting, you'll fail. The ones who make it to the top, they find meaning in the grind. So the question is, will you push through even when the results aren't immediate? Because if you can't handle the process, you'll never deserve the prize. Lesson 8. Momentum is everything. If you stop, you reset. Keep moving forward at all costs. Most people never succeed because they start. stop, and start again. They work hard for a few weeks, then slow down when they don't see results. They grind when they feel inspired, then take breaks when they get bored or discouraged. And every time they stop, they aren't just pausing. They're resetting their progress. That's why billionaires, the ultra-successful, they never stop moving. Because they understand one thing that the masses never grasp. Momentum is the secret weapon of the elite. The question is, are you willing to keep pushing forward, no matter what? Step 1. Stop the cycle of start and stop. Look at your own life. How many times have you started something, only to let it fade away? The gym membership that lasted 2 months. The business idea you got excited about but never executed. The new habit you built for a week before slipping back into old patterns. That's why you're not where you want to be. Because every time you stop, you kill your own momentum. And restarting takes 10 times the effort of just staying in motion. Step 2. Make consistency non-negotiable. Momentum is like pushing a heavy boulder. At first, it takes everything you've got just to get it moving. But once it's rolling, it moves faster and faster with less effort. This is why the successful obsess over consistency. They don't take long breaks. They don't lose focus. They don't let emotions dictate their effort. They keep moving every single day. Here's how you implement this today. Do something every day that moves you forward. No matter how small, no matter how hard it is. Eliminate excuses. Stop telling yourself you'll make up for it later. There is no later. There is only now. Commit to momentum like your life depends on it. Because in many ways, it does. Step 3. Never break the streak. If you want to master momentum, follow one rule. Never miss twice. Miss a workout? Fine. Don't miss the next one. Lose a day of productivity? It happens. But show up the next day. Have a setback. Get back on track immediately. The most dangerous thing you can do is tell yourself, I'll start again next week. Because next week turns into next month, and next month turns into never. Success isn't about going hard for a few weeks and then taking time off. It's about staying in motion, every single day. Most people let distractions, doubt, or comfort pull them off course. You won't. Because once you understand this rule, once you commit to never breaking momentum, success isn't a question of if, but when. So keep pushing, keep moving. Because the second you stop, you start over. Lesson 9. Laser focus. If you chase too many goals, you'll catch none. Most people fail, not because they don't work hard, but because they work on too many things at once. They spread themselves thin, trying to do everything. They chase multiple opportunities, thinking more is better. They start a dozen projects, but finish none. And in the end, they go nowhere. Billionaires, the ultra-successful, they don't do more. They do less, but they do it with ruthless intensity. They lock onto one major goal and attack it relentlessly until it's done. The question is, do you have the discipline to cut distractions and focus on what truly matters? Step 1. Stop dividing your energy. Most people fail because they spread themselves too thin. They start a business while still chasing 5 side hustles. They want to master one skill, but keep dabbling in others. They keep switching strategies every time they see a new opportunity. And because their focus is divided, they never gain enough momentum to break through. But the elite, they understand a brutal truth. Every goal you add weakens the ones that truly matter. Step 2. Identify your one big goal. If you want to implement this today, ask yourself, what is the one thing, if accomplished, would make the biggest impact on my future? Not 5 things, not 3 things. 1. Then, ruthlessly cut anything that doesn't move you toward that goal. If a task doesn't serve your mission, eliminate it. If a distraction pulls you away, destroy it. If an opportunity doesn't align, reject it, no matter how tempting. Because the more focused you are, the faster you reach your target. Step 3. Attack with relentless precision. Once you've locked onto your goal, nothing else matters. Here's how you execute. Block out all distractions. No unnecessary meetings. No scrolling. No time-wasting nonsense. Work in deep, uninterrupted focus. Turn off notifications. Lock yourself in. Create a battlefield where only progress happens. Measure progress daily. What gets tracked, gets done. Set clear milestones and hit them. No excuses. The world rewards those who cut the noise and execute with ruthless focus. Most people will read this and continue chasing everything. They will keep trying to do too much at once, and they will stay stuck. But you will choose discipline over distraction. You will lock in on your most important goal. You will attack it with laser precision until it's achieved. Because in the end, success doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing what matters most with ruthless intensity. Lesson 10. Small moves, big wins. Massive success comes from tiny, relentless actions. Most people freeze when faced with big goals. They dream of building an empire, but the first step feels overwhelming. They want financial freedom, but they don't know where to start. They want to transform their life, but the gap between where they are and where they want to be seems impossible to cross. So they do nothing. They procrastinate. They overthink. They hesitate. And while they wait for the perfect moment, someone else, someone who started small but never stopped moving, is already winning. Billionaires, the ultra-successful, they don't wait. They break big goals into small, simple, undeniable actions. They shrink progress down to a level so easy that failure becomes impossible. And they execute every single day. The question is, will you take the first step, or will you stand still and watch others pass you? Step 1. Destroy the illusion of big leaps. Most people believe success happens in one giant moment. The perfect business idea that makes millions overnight. The one viral video that skyrockets them to fame. The instant body transformation from a few workouts. But that's a lie. Success is never a single, massive event. It is 1,000 small actions, compounded over time. Billionaires, they don't wait for massive breakthroughs. They don't look for shortcuts. They focus on the next small, guaranteed move. Step 2. Make progress so small it's impossible to fail. If your next step feels too big, you'll hesitate. The secret: make it so small that you can't possibly fail. Instead of trying to build a business overnight, start with a single sale. Instead of trying to get rich fast, invest a small amount consistently. Instead of waiting to feel motivated to work out, just do 10 push-ups today. Small wins create momentum. Momentum creates belief. Belief creates unstoppable action. Step 3. Commit to progress. Every single day. Here's how you implement this today. Stop overthinking. The perfect plan means nothing without execution. Make your next move small enough that it's impossible to ignore. Track progress. Seeing progress, even tiny progress, keeps you in motion. And most importantly, never stop. 1 inch forward is still progress. One small action every day compounds into a reality most people will never experience. Most people will stay stuck because they keep waiting for the right time. The right time never comes. The winners, they move now. They take small steps. They keep stacking wins. And before the world even notices, they've already built something unstoppable. So stop hesitating. Stop waiting. Because the people who make small moves today, they are the ones who dominate tomorrow. If you've made it this far, You're not like the rest. Most people hear the truth, feel the fire, and then go right back to their comfortable, predictable lives. But not you. You're still here because something inside you refuses to stay average, because you know you were meant for more. To those of you who have been with us from the start, you are the foundation of the Grimface movement. You've proven that you're willing to do what others won't. You understand that power, wealth, and mastery don't come from wishful thinking. They come from action. And to those of you who are new here, this is your moment of decision. Will you keep watching from the sidelines, or will you step into the fire and forge yourself into something unstoppable? If you're ready to break limits, rewrite your future, and master the game of life, subscribe now. Hit the follow button. Join the movement. Surround yourself with those who refuse to be weak. Because in the end, there are only two types of people in this world: the ones who watch others win, and the ones who make it happen. Which one will you be? Welcome to Grimface. Now go, take what's yours. Most people sleepwalk through life. They wake up, go through the motions, obey the rules, and wonder why nothing changes. They hope for success. They wish for wealth. They pray for something better. But hope is not a strategy. Wishing is not a plan. And waiting will only leave you behind. The truth? Reality bends to those who command it. This is not about luck. It's not about privilege. It's about understanding the laws that govern success and using them to your advantage. This is your blueprint. A battle-tested, no-nonsense system for rewiring your mind, aligning your actions, and forcing the universe to deliver what you demand. Each lesson is a weapon, a tool to reshape your thinking, strengthen your discipline, and eliminate the weakness that keeps most people stuck. But here's the catch. This isn't for the weak. If you're looking for easy answers, stop now. If you're afraid of sacrifice, this path isn't for you. If you'd rather complain than take control, no lesson in the world can save you. But if you're ready to break free, take full ownership of your life, and forge a legacy that cannot be erased, then keep going. Because this is the blueprint for absolute power. And once you master it, there is no force on earth that can stop you. Lesson 1. The architect of reality. The power of focused thought. Your mind is the blueprint of your life. There is no force more powerful than your mind. Every thought you allow to take root in your mind is a seed, and those seeds grow into the reality you live in. The question is, what are you planting? Are you sowing the seeds of power, wealth, and success? Or are you filling your mental soil with weeds, doubt, fear, and mediocrity? Most people don't even realize they are architects of their own suffering. They walk through life, blindly absorbing every negative belief the world throws at them, thinking they are powerless, thinking the system is stacked against them, thinking success is only for the lucky. And then they wonder why their life reflects exactly that. But here's the truth. Your mind is the command center of your destiny. What you focus on, you create. Reprogram your mental algorithm. Think about how social media works. The more you engage with a certain type of content, the more of it you see. If you keep watching motivational videos, your feed gets flooded with them. If you watch nothing but drama and negativity, that's all you'll get. Your mind works the same way. If you wake up thinking about failure, you will unconsciously seek out failure. If you constantly worry about money, your mind will focus only on lack. But if you wake up thinking about your goals, your potential, your power, then your mind will filter out distractions and start pulling you toward the actions and opportunities that match those thoughts. Your thoughts are programming your future, whether you realize it or not. It's time to take control. The daily practice of focused thought. This isn't some mystical philosophy. It's a tool, a weapon you can use every single day. Here's how. Start your day by locking in your vision. Before you even touch your phone, take 5 minutes to mentally rehearse your success. See yourself executing your goals, making the right choices, overcoming obstacles. Feel the emotions of victory before the day even begins. Be ruthless about what enters your mind. Stop letting negativity take up space in your head. Cut out distractions that feed self-doubt. Unfollow anything or anyone that keeps you small. When doubt creeps in, replace it instantly. The second, a negative thought arises about money, success, or your ability, stop it in its tracks and replace it with a more powerful truth. Don't let weakness take root. Surround yourself with proof of your potential. Your environment reinforces your thoughts. Read books on success. Listen to powerful speakers. Be around ambitious people. Make winning normal. This is where it starts. The power to shape your life has been in your hands all along. But most people waste it, allowing their mind to be programmed by the world around them instead of taking control. Not you, not anymore. From today forward, you own your thoughts. You command your focus. And you will watch as the world bends to the reality you create. Because your mind is the architect, and whatever you build inside it becomes real. Lesson 2. The bridge between thought and reality. Emotional energy. Fueling your vision with emotion. Thoughts alone are not enough. You can sit around all day dreaming about success, wealth, and freedom. But if those thoughts are cold, weak, or empty, they will never materialize. This is where most people fail. They think just wanting something is enough. It's not. Desire without emotional intensity is powerless. Imagine a car sitting idle. It has an engine, a destination, and a driver behind the wheel. But if there's no gas in the tank, it's going nowhere. Your emotions are the fuel that propels your thoughts into reality. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the pull. Now, think back to the most intense emotions you've ever felt in your life. Maybe it was anger that made you do something you never thought you were capable of. Maybe it was passion that pushed you beyond your limits. Maybe it was heartbreak that forced you to change. Every massive shift in your life was fueled by a powerful emotion. The same rule applies to success. If your desire is not strong enough to move you, it will never move the world. The two driving forces, desire and desperation. There are two types of people who change their lives. Those who are pulled by an unstoppable desire. They see what they want so clearly. They can taste it. They feel it deep in their bones. They wake up excited, obsessed, relentless. Nothing and no one can shake them. Those who refuse to tolerate suffering any longer. Their life has become so unbearable, so painful, that staying the same is no longer an option. The fire of desperation ignites them, and they rise from the ashes of their old self. Both paths lead to transformation. The only people who stay stuck are those who feel nothing strongly enough to move them. Turning emotion into a weapon. So how do you tap into this power? How do you harness emotion to supercharge your thoughts and make your goals inevitable? Make your vision visceral. Don't just say, I want to be successful. What does it feel like? What does it look like? What does your bank account say? What kind of home do you wake up in? What kind of life are you living? Make it so real in your mind that it hurts not to have it. Attach your goals to deep emotional triggers. Why do you want success? Is it to prove everyone wrong? Is it to give your family a better life? Is it to escape a reality that no longer serves you? Dig deep. Create rituals that lock in the emotion. Play music that ignites your fire. Watch videos that wake up your hunger. Speak affirmations that make your blood boil with determination. Trigger the feeling every single day. When doubt creeps in, overpower it with intensity. The moment you feel fear, laziness, or hesitation, remind yourself why you started. Feel the urgency. Feel the fire. Act before your mind has a chance to kill the momentum. Emotion creates gravity. Success is not about luck. It's not about talent. It's about how deeply you feel the vision before it's real. The stronger your emotion, the stronger your pull. Your energy will begin to attract people, resources, and opportunities that align with your path. It will create a gravitational force that draws success toward you. But if your energy is weak, the world will ignore you. So from this moment forward, fuel your thoughts with undeniable, unstoppable emotion. Let your goals haunt you. Let your dreams consume you. Let the fire burn so hot that nothing can put it out. Because the moment your desire becomes stronger than your doubt, the universe has no choice but to obey. Lesson 3. The hidden enemy. Internal contradictions. Why you keep holding yourself back. There is no greater sabotage than the one that comes from within. You may think you want success. You may tell yourself that you're doing everything in your power to change your life. But if you keep finding yourself stuck, if progress feels like 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, then something inside you is pulling in the opposite direction. The truth is, most people don't fail because of external obstacles. They fail because of internal contradictions, deep-rooted beliefs and fears that cancel out their desires before they ever take form. It's like trying to drive with one foot on the gas and the other on the brake. You say you want to move forward, but something inside you is slamming the brakes before you get anywhere. And until you identify and destroy these contradictions, you will never break free. The war between conscious and subconscious beliefs. Your conscious mind sets the goal. Your subconscious mind controls whether you actually reach it. If these 2 forces are in alignment, you will succeed with ease. But if they are at war, the subconscious always wins, because it operates beneath the surface, running your thoughts, behaviors, and decisions without you even realizing it. Here's what that looks like in daily life. You want wealth, but deep down, you think rich people are greedy. You want success, but you secretly fear responsibility. You want to be in shape, but you believe you're just not that kind of person. You want a great relationship, but you believe love always leads to pain. See the problem? You cannot attract what you subconsciously reject. If part of you believes money is evil, you will never let yourself have it. If part of you fears attention, you will always sabotage success. If part of you doubts your own worth, you will push away every opportunity that comes your way. This is the hidden reason why most people work hard but get nowhere. Their conscious and subconscious minds are in conflict, and the subconscious always wins. How to reprogram the system. If you want to create real change, you need to align your subconscious mind with your desires. Here's how. Uncover the contradictions. Write down your biggest goals. Now, write down the first negative thought that comes to mind about each one. What beliefs do you hold that might be stopping you? Be brutally honest. Trace them back to the source. Where did these beliefs come from? Parents? Teachers? Society? Did you absorb them from people who were struggling? Once you realize they were planted in you, you can start to remove them, challenge, and rewrite them. If your belief is money is evil, ask yourself, is that really true? Or is that just something broke people say to feel better about staying broke? If your belief is success is stressful, ask yourself, is struggling for the rest of your life any better? Break these lies apart with logic. Reinforce new beliefs with action. It's not enough to just think differently. you must act differently. If you want to be wealthy, start making financial decisions like a wealthy person. If you want to be confident, start speaking and moving like a confident person. Your mind will adjust to whatever you consistently do. Eliminate anything that reinforces the old mindset. Stop taking advice from people who are stuck where you don't want to be. Stop consuming content that feeds doubt and mediocrity. Rebuild your environment to match the future you want. Rewiring the future. Until now, your subconscious mind has been running on an old, broken script. A script written by society, by past experiences, by other people's failures. But now you know the truth. You can rewrite the script. You are not bound by the beliefs you inherited. You are not trapped by the limits you once accepted. You can unlearn, reprogram, and align every part of yourself with the life you actually want. Because once your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are in perfect sync, nothing in this world can stop you. Lesson 4. The alchemy of action. Translating desire into momentum. Your thoughts are powerless without action. The world doesn't care about what you want. It cares about what you do. Every single day, millions of people wake up with dreams. They want to be rich, successful, free. But if you fast forward 10 years, most of them will be in the same exact place, or worse. Why? Because desire without action is just daydreaming. There is no manifestation without movement, no success without execution, no transformation without sacrifice. This is where most people fail, not because they lack intelligence, talent, or opportunity, but because they never build the discipline to take relentless action. They think about working out instead of training. They think about starting a business instead of selling. They think about changing their life instead of actually making the change. And so they stay stuck, trapped in an endless loop of overthinking, waiting for the right moment that never comes. But here's the truth. The only way to create momentum is to move. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Young adults today are drowning in choices. Social media shows a million paths to success, making it easy to get stuck in analysis paralysis, over-researching, overthinking, over-planning. You tell yourself you're waiting until you're ready, but let's be honest, you're just scared of failing. You're waiting for the stars to align, for the perfect conditions to arrive, for some external sign to tell you it's time. But the perfect moment doesn't exist. It never has, and it never will. The people who win are not the ones who wait. They are the ones who start before they're ready. The first attempt is always messy. The first business might fail. The first workout might suck. The first piece of content might be cringe. But none of that matters. What matters is that you move, because action creates clarity, and clarity leads to mastery. The habit of relentless execution. So how do you break out of the mental trap and turn desire into action every single day? Simple. You train yourself to move before your brain can stop you. Here's how. Kill hesitation in its tracks. The second you catch yourself overthinking, commit to action. Set a 5-second rule. If a good idea pops up, you act on it immediately before doubt creeps in. Shrink the first step. Don't focus on the whole journey. It's too overwhelming. Just take the first step. Want to start a business? Sell one thing today. Want to get in shape? Do one workout today. Don't wait. Do something now. Create non-negotiable rituals. Your results come from what you do daily, not occasionally. Build unbreakable habits that move you forward, no matter how small. If you want to be successful, your calendar should reflect that. Make failure irrelevant. Most people never start because they fear looking stupid. But the truth is, no one cares. Everyone is too focused on their own life to judge you. The only failure that matters is not trying at all. How action changes your reality. Here's the secret nobody tells you. Your identity is shaped by your actions. When you take bold action, your mind registers that as proof. This is who I am now. You don't become a fit person by thinking about the gym. You become one by showing up. You don't become a business owner by watching entrepreneur podcasts. You become one by making your first dollar. You don't become confident by reading self-help books. You become confident by doing things that scare you. Your mind will always try to keep you safe, to keep you in your comfort zone, to keep you from failing. But safety is an illusion. If you never take action, you've already lost. So start before you're ready. Move before doubt takes hold. Stop overthinking and make momentum your new religion. Because the ones who take relentless action are the ones who win. Every time. Lesson 5. The unspoken law. The price of admission. Success is not free. Are you willing to pay? Everyone wants the rewards, but almost no one is willing to pay the price. Look around. People talk about wanting more money, better health, a different life. But when it comes down to it, most of them won't sacrifice their comfort, their distractions, or their bad habits. They want shortcuts, secrets, and overnight success. But real power doesn't come without a cost. You don't get freedom without discipline. You don't get strength without resistance. You don't get success without sacrifice. This is the unspoken law, the price of admission for the life you claim you want. If you're not willing to pay, don't bother pretending you want it. The exchange rate of success. Everything in life has an exchange rate. You trade one thing to get another. And the higher the value of what you want, the more expensive it is. You want to be rich? Trade your time, effort, and comfort. You want to be fit? Trade your laziness, your excuses, and your junk food. You want discipline? Trade instant gratification for long-term power. You want to master something? Trade mindless entertainment for focused learning. Most people refuse to make these trades. They cling to their comforts, addictions, and distractions, hoping success will somehow arrive without them giving anything up. But that's not how it works. Success demands proof of commitment before it ever pays out. The universe will test you, again and again, asking, how bad do you really want this? Only those who pay the price get through the gate. The hidden costs. People ignore. The price of success isn't just about hard work. It's deeper than that. Here's what most people don't talk about. You will outgrow people. Not everyone is meant to follow you to the next level. Friends, family, relationships, some of them will resist your growth. Not everyone will understand, and that's okay. Keep going. You will experience doubt and fear. No one is fearless. Everyone who has ever achieved something great has battled insecurity. The difference is that they acted anyway. You will be misunderstood. People will question your choices, mock your sacrifices, and doubt your vision. That's fine, because when you win, they'll pretend they supported you all along. You will have to give up things you enjoy. Success requires trade-offs. You can't party every weekend and expect to dominate Monday morning. You can't binge-watch Netflix and expect to build an empire. Decide what matters more. How to pay the price. Every day. You don't wait to pay the price. You start today. Here's how. Identify your distractions. What habits, people, or activities are keeping you weak? Make a list. Cut the dead weight. Sacrifice something now. Pick one thing you do daily that doesn't serve your future. Netflix, social media, sleeping in, and replace it with something that does. Embrace discomfort. Train your mind to love doing the hard things. The moment you feel resistance, lean into it. Growth is hidden in the things you avoid. Act before you feel ready. Stop waiting for motivation, permission, or the perfect moment. The price is paid in action, not thoughts. The final truth. Every successful person you admire paid the price long before they saw results. They worked when no one noticed. They sacrificed before they won. The question isn't, can you do it? Because you can. The question is, will you pay what it costs? If the answer is yes, then start now. Because the price only goes up the longer you wait. Lesson 6. The unseen hand. The power of alignment. You don't chase success. You become it. Most people make the mistake of thinking success is something they have to hunt down. They run around chasing money, chasing opportunities, chasing recognition. But what if I told you the real secret? You don't chase success. You become the type of person who attracts it. Everything in life is governed by alignment. If you're struggling, grinding endlessly but never getting anywhere, it's because you're out of sync with what you want. Your goals, your actions, and your identity don't match. And until they do, you will keep repelling the very things you desire. Alignment is the difference between someone who forces their way through life and someone who moves effortlessly toward their vision. So ask yourself, are you the kind of person who naturally attracts the life you want? If not, it's time to shift. Your identity dictates your results. Success isn't about luck. It's about who you are becoming. Your external reality always matches your internal identity. If you're struggling financially, it's not just about money. It's about the mindset and habits you carry. If you're stuck in mediocrity, it's because you haven't yet become the kind of person who demands excellence. You will always default to the level of your identity. If you see yourself as a broke person, you will make broke decisions. If you see yourself as lazy, you will always find reasons to procrastinate. If you see yourself as undisciplined, you will act in ways that reinforce that belief. Your actions are dictated by the kind of person you believe yourself to be. So the fastest way to change your life? Change your identity first. How to align with success. Alignment isn't just about thinking differently. It's about living differently. Here's how you start. Stop saying, I want, and start saying, I am. Your subconscious mind takes commands literally. Saying, I want to be successful, reinforces that you don't have success. Instead, shift your words. I am disciplined. I am focused. I am building wealth. Speak your future self into existence. Make decisions like your future self. If you were already successful, how would you move? How would you think? What choices would you make daily? Start acting like that version of you right now. Shift your environment. You cannot rise if your environment is holding you down. If you surround yourself with weak-minded people, you will absorb their energy. Cut the distractions. Elevate your circle. Take actions that force identity change. If you want to be someone who wakes up at 5 a.m., set an alarm and get out of bed. If you want to be wealthy, start handling money like someone who values it. Your habits carve your identity. The world reacts to who you are. Once you become aligned, everything changes. You will no longer have to force things. They will come to you naturally. Opportunities will start appearing. People will start noticing you, and momentum will begin building on its own. Because success doesn't respond to hope. It responds to alignment. So stop waiting for the life you want. Stop chasing things that keep running away from you. Become the version of yourself who attracts everything you desire. And once you do that, the world has no choice but to deliver. Lesson 7. The shadows of success. The hidden tests. Every level has a new devil. Most people think success is the finish line, that once they achieve their goals, the struggle ends, and life becomes easy. That is a lie. The moment you level up, new obstacles appear. New temptations, new enemies, new weaknesses inside yourself that you never noticed before. This is why so many people sabotage their own success. They weren't prepared for what comes after the victory. They thought the battle was over, when, in reality, they had just stepped onto a bigger battlefield. Success isn't about getting to the top. It's about staying there. And that means you need to be prepared for the hidden tests. Test number 1, the trap of complacency. When you're struggling, hunger drives you. You wake up with urgency because you need to escape your current situation. But what happens when the pressure is gone? What happens when you start making money, getting recognition, or feeling comfortable? For most people, hunger turns into laziness. They relax, slow down, and stop doing the things that got them there in the first place. This is how people fall from the top. Complacency is a silent killer. If you don't fight it, you'll wake up one day wondering how you lost everything you worked so hard for. Solution: stay paranoid. Stay sharp. Always move like you're still at the bottom. Never let your success weaken you. Test number 2, the poison of validation. At the beginning, you're fueled by proving yourself. You're chasing a vision. You're focused. Then success brings attention. People start watching you, praising you, giving you approval. And this is where many people fail, because they stop working for the vision and start working for the applause. They become addicted to validation, needing approval before making a move, trying to impress others instead of building something real. Solution: stop seeking approval. You didn't start this journey to be liked. You started it to be powerful. Do not let the opinions of others control your path. Test number 3, the weight of responsibility. Success brings power. Power brings responsibility. And responsibility can feel heavy. Suddenly people rely on you. Your decisions carry consequences. Your time is no longer your own. Many can't handle it. They crack under the weight, and their success collapses. This is why so many celebrities, athletes, and entrepreneurs self-destruct. They wanted the rewards, but they weren't prepared for the responsibility that came with them. Solution: train yourself now. Take ownership of everything in your life. Build the mental strength to handle pressure before it arrives. Test number 4, the return of old demons. The ghosts of your past don't disappear just because you made it. In fact, they often return stronger than before. Old doubts creep back in. Old habits resurface. Old weaknesses try to take hold again. This is why some people reach success, only to fall right back to where they started, because they never fully killed the things that once held them back. Solution: be ruthless with yourself. The person you were before is dead. Never let them come back. How to survive the hidden tests. Remember why you started. When the distractions and temptations appear, go back to the raw hunger that started your journey. Keep building. Never let yourself believe you've made it. You are either growing or dying. There is no standing still. Stay dangerous. The moment you get comfortable, the world will try to knock you back down. Stay sharp. Stay disciplined. Stay prepared. Outwork your own past. The person you were yesterday is your only true competition. Never stop outgrowing them. The final lesson. Success is not the end. It's the beginning of a new war. Most people are not defeated by failure. They are defeated by success. They reach a level they once dreamed of, but instead of pushing further, they let the hidden tests break them. You will not be one of them, because now you know the truth. Every level has a new devil, and when it comes for you, you will be ready. Lesson 8. The final gate. The legacy mindset. Beyond success. What comes after the win? Most people spend their entire lives trying to make it. They push, they grind, they hustle, all for the dream of financial freedom, power, and respect. And when they get there, they celebrate for a while, maybe enjoy their wealth, maybe post about it on social media. Then something terrifying happens. They wake up one day and realize it's not enough. The money doesn't fill the void. The recognition fades. The excitement of the grind is gone. That's when most people either crash into self-destruction or fade into irrelevance. They built success, but they never built legacy. And if you want to be different, if you want to create something that outlives you, you must understand this. Success is for you. Legacy is for the world. Why legacy matters. Think about the people you admire most, the ones who have shaped industries, changed the world, or impacted millions of lives. What do they all have in common? They didn't just take, they built. They created systems, movements, and ideas that kept growing even when they weren't there. They made themselves indispensable to the future. Legacy is not about money. It's not about fame. It's about building something that continues to thrive, even when you step away. Because here's the harsh truth. Money disappears. If you don't create a system to sustain it, your wealth will be gone in a generation. Strength fades. No matter how powerful you are, time catches up, unless you pass down your knowledge and build a network that keeps moving forward. Fame is temporary. Today's celebrities are tomorrow's nobodies. But true impact, that lasts forever. You have two choices. Build something that lasts, or be forgotten. The 3 pillars of legacy. To leave a real mark on the world, you must shift from thinking about yourself to thinking about the impact you create. There are 3 pillars of legacy. 1. Systems that survive without you. A true leader is measured by what happens when they leave the room. If everything falls apart without you, you weren't really building. You were just running a high-paying job. If you want to leave a mark, you must create systems that work without you. If you build a business, make sure it can run long after you're gone. If you develop a skill, teach others so the knowledge doesn't die with you. If you create wealth, set it up so future generations benefit, not just for a few years, but for decades. Ask yourself, if you disappeared tomorrow, what would still be standing? 2. Impact beyond yourself. Most people are self-absorbed. They chase success just to flex, just to feed their ego. But legacy is not about you. It's about the people you affect. Think of it like this. A selfish person builds a mansion. A visionary builds a city. A selfish person makes money. A legacy builder creates opportunities for others to make money. A selfish person hoards knowledge. A mentor passes it down so it grows beyond them. Ask yourself, how many people's lives will be better because you existed? 3. Evolution that never stops. The biggest mistake successful people make? They stop growing. They get comfortable. They get lazy. They get caught in the trap of believing they've made it. But there is no finish line. The moment you stop learning, stop evolving, stop adapting, you start dying. The most powerful people in history never stopped reinventing themselves. They never became trapped by their past success. They kept moving forward, expanding, pushing limits. Ask yourself, if I keep growing, what will I be capable of in 10 years? The blueprint for legacy. So how do you turn these ideas into something real? Here's the blueprint. Step 1. Shift from consumer to creator. Stop living just to consume. Create something. Write, build, teach, lead. Whatever your path, make sure you are leaving behind something that matters. Step 2. Make your success a machine, not a moment. If your success disappears the second you stop working, you didn't build a legacy. You just built a high-maintenance lifestyle. Automate, delegate, and design your life so it keeps producing results without you. Step 3. Impact more people than just yourself. Money is great. Power is great. But how many lives are you changing? If your success is only about you, you're thinking too small. Expand your reach. Create something bigger than yourself. Step 4. Never stop growing. There is no end to evolution. Always push your limits. Always seek new knowledge. Never allow yourself to become stagnant. Step 5. Make sure your name outlives you. The greatest test of success is this. If you vanish today, would your name still mean something? If the answer is no, then you have work to do. And if you start now, if you commit to this path, you will not only achieve success, you will become unstoppable. Because when your name still echoes through time, that's true power. If you've made it this far, you're not like most people. Most will hear the truth and ignore it. Most will stay comfortable, stay weak, stay trapped in the same cycle. But not you. You're here because you refuse to settle. To those who keep coming back, who are committed to this path, welcome back to the Grimface movement. You already know what we stand for. Raw truth, relentless action, and absolute control over our own destiny. We don't follow. We create. And if this is your first time here, consider this your wake-up call. This isn't just content. This is a blueprint for power. If you're ready to level up, if you're ready to take control of your life, hit that subscribe button. Like the video if this hit home. Drop a comment on what resonated with you the most. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because this isn't just a channel, it's a movement. And we're only getting started. Welcome to Grimface. Now go build your legacy. The world you live in is not neutral. It is not fair. It is not designed for your success. It is a battlefield. Every day you wake up at war. Not just against the economy, not just against competition, but against yourself. This is a world that feeds on the weak. A world that will crush you the moment you hesitate. A world where the ones who wait, who overthink, who doubt themselves, are already dead. Every day, you are fighting a war of attention, time, and control. Your mind is under attack. The world is feeding you distractions, doubts, and fear to keep you from moving. Your emotions are under attack. Every negative experience, every failure, every voice from your past trying to tell you that you can't. Your future is under attack. Because if you don't take control now, the world will decide your fate for you. And if you're not fighting to take control of your mind, your money, and your time, guess what? Someone else is winning that war for you. Look around. The masses are asleep, trapped in routines that keep them broke, distracted, and powerless. Most people will never escape. They will live and die chained to weakness. And they will tell you that's just how life is. They are lying. Because there is another way. A way to strip weakness out of your mind, like a surgeon cutting out disease. A way to reprogram your thinking for power and domination. A way to build unshakable discipline and focus so nothing stands in your way. This is that way. Lesson 1. Rewiring your mindset for financial domination. Listen carefully. This world does not reward the weak. It does not pity the uncertain. It does not hand success to those who hesitate, drown in self-doubt, or cling to the weight of their past. It feeds on them. It chews them up. It spits them out. The battlefield is not the economy. It's not the stock market. It's not your boss, your family, or your competitors. It's your mind. And right now, your mind has been hijacked. The cycle of self-doubt, your greatest enemy. You weren't born afraid. You weren't born questioning your worth. That was programmed into you by people who never made it, by a system that wants you to stay small, by voices that convinced you that success is for other people. And you believed them. So now you hesitate. You second guess. You analyze every move until the opportunity passes. You dream of wealth but settle for survival. Self-doubt is the leash around your neck. And every time you give in to it, every time you let fear dictate your choices, you tighten that leash yourself. You make your own chains. And the worst part? You call it being realistic. Pessimism, the poison that kills before you even begin. You ever notice how the losers of the world have one thing in common? They always have a reason why something won't work. Always. Invest in that. Too risky. Start a business. Most fail. Try something new. Too late. Too expensive. Too difficult. Do you think the people who built empires spent their days making excuses? If you walk into every opportunity with doubt, hesitation, and a backup plan for failure, you will fail. But if you enter the game knowing you will win, if you refuse to see anything else, then failure becomes impossible. So the question is, what are you expecting from life? And is it what you truly want? The past, the dead weight, you refuse to drop. Let me make something clear. Your past is irrelevant. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what mistakes you've made, how many times you've failed, who hurt you, or how much time you've wasted. None of it matters. Because the only thing that does matter is whether you let it define you. You want financial success? You want power? Then you do not have the luxury of being haunted by your past. Every second you spend rehashing old failures, replaying regrets, or drowning in what-ifs, is a second you're not building your future. Your past is a prison you built yourself. But here's the truth. The door is wide open, and the only thing keeping you inside is you. The strategy: rewire or stay stuck. Now here's where most people stop. They hear the words, they nod their heads, they agree, and then they change nothing. That is not you. You are going to take action. 1. Reframe the story. Take the 3 most destructive self-limiting thoughts you have and rewrite them. Not just words, not just hopeful phrases, new truths, new commands. I'm not smart enough to build wealth. I am capable of mastering anything I focus on. I always fail. Every failure refines me and brings me closer to success. I'll never be rich. I am already on the path to financial power, and nothing will stop me. Burn the old. Bury it. The new version of you does not tolerate weak thoughts. 2. Write a letter to your future self. This is not some fluffy, motivational exercise. This is war strategy. Sit down. Write a letter from the version of you that has won. The version that broke free from doubt, from fear, from hesitation. The one that took control, built wealth, and became unstoppable. What does that version say to you? How did they do it? Then read it. Every single day. Until that future version of you becomes your present reality. The mind audit. For the next 24 hours, track every thought you have, every limiting belief, every excuse, every hesitation, and then crush it in real time. Rewrite it. Reprogram it. Because if you don't, it will own you. Understand this. No one is coming to save you. No mentor, no lucky break. no perfect moment. It is you versus you. And right now, the version of you that doubts, that hesitates, that loses, it's still here. But it doesn't have to be, because you have a choice. You delete self-doubt. You eliminate pessimism. You destroy the past. Or you stay the same. But if you stay the same, understand this. You have no right to complain about where you are, because your life is a reflection of what you tolerate. And right now, you are either tolerating weakness or forging greatness. Which will it be? Lesson 2. Taking full responsibility for your life. The price of weakness. Listen up. There is no room for weakness in the game of success. No space for excuses. No patience for blame. You either own everything in your life, or you will be owned by everything around you. Most people, they'd rather be victims. They point fingers. They shift blame. They find reasons for why they haven't made it. The system is rigged. I didn't have the right upbringing. It's just bad luck. You know what that is? A confession. Because every time you blame someone else, you are saying, I am powerless. I am illusion of control, illusion of control. Let's be honest. Blaming others feels good. It makes you feel like it's not your fault. But where does that leave you? Exactly where you started. Stuck. Powerless. Helpless. Your life is not your boss's fault. Not your parents' fault. Not society's fault. Not the economy's fault. It is your fault. Because no one is stopping you from leveling up except you. Every second spent blaming is a second that could have been spent building. Every moment spent complaining is a moment you could have spent taking action. You do not have time to blame. You do not have time to dwell. You only have time to own everything and move forward. People-pleasing. The fastest road to mediocrity. You want to be liked? You want approval? You want to keep everyone happy? Then be prepared to be broke, invisible, and forgotten. People-pleasers do not win. They hesitate. They soften their words. They dilute their ambition so they don't make others uncomfortable. They shrink so others don't feel small. And in the end, they lose. If you are afraid to say no, you are already in chains. If you are desperate for validation, you are a slave. And if you shape your life around what others expect, you will never achieve what you are truly capable of. So choose. Live for them, or live for you. Gossip. The disease of the weak. There are two types of people in this world. Those who build. Those who talk about others. You cannot be both. The second you engage in gossip, you have declared yourself as small-minded. Why? Because powerful people do not have time for it. We do not have time to waste energy dissecting other people's lives. The next time you catch yourself talking about someone else, ask yourself, is this making me money? Is this making me stronger? Is this getting me closer to the life I want? If the answer is no, shut your mouth and get back to work. Because the time you waste on nonsense is time you could have spent building your empire. The strategy, how to take full control. Most people will listen to this and nod, maybe even agree, and then change nothing. But you're going to execute. 1. The Radical Ownership Journal. For the next 7 days, write down every single problem in your life. Every financial struggle, every failed relationship, every lost opportunity. And instead of listing excuses, write how you are responsible for it. Not, my boss doesn't appreciate me. I have not made myself invaluable. Not, I'm always broke. I have not disciplined myself financially. Not, I have bad luck. I have failed to create my own luck. This is where you see the truth. This is where you take your power back. 2. The No Challenge. For 1 week, say no to everything that does not serve your vision. No to distractions. No to unnecessary favors. No to anyone who tries to pull you away from your grind. If it does not build you, it does not deserve you. 3. The 48-hour gossip purge. For the next 2 days, eliminate gossip from your life completely. If someone tries to gossip to you, change the subject or walk away. If you catch yourself about to engage in gossip, shut it down. If your mind starts wandering to other people's lives, redirect it to your own goals. See how much mental energy you reclaim. See how much more focused you become. Lesson 3. Mastering focus and efficiency. Focus is a weapon. There are 2 types of people in this world. The scattered, the ones who jump from task to task, drown in distractions, and wonder why they never achieve anything significant. The focused, the ones who move with precision, execute with purpose, and crush every goal in their path. You already know which side wins. But which side are you on? Right now, the biggest enemy of success is not a lack of opportunity. It's not the economy. It's not even intelligence. It's distraction. Distraction is the ultimate killer of potential. It is the silent assassin that keeps you weak, slow, and ineffective. And the worst part? Most people invite it in. You check your phone 100 times a day like a trained dog. You try to do 5 things at once and wonder why nothing gets finished. You tell yourself, "I'll do it later," as if time will wait for you. You have been tricked. And if you don't wake up, if you don't take control of your mind, your attention, and your time, you will lose this game. The myth of multitasking. Your brain is lying to you. You think doing 5 things at once makes you efficient? No. It makes you ineffective. Multitasking is a lie. It is not real productivity. It is fragmentation. Every time you switch from one task to another, your brain loses time. Your focus weakens. Your efficiency drops. You're not moving faster. You're slowing yourself down. You're not doing more. You're doing less, badly. The most successful people in the world, they don't multitask. They lock in on one task. They attack it until it's done. Then they move to the next. That is how you get results. That is how you build power. So if you want to be successful, stop scattering your attention like an amateur. Focus, finish, dominate. The noise is killing you. Cut it out or stay stagnant. Right now, there is too much noise in your life. Too many notifications. Too much meaningless content. Too many opinions. Too many things pulling you away from what actually matters. And you wonder why you can't concentrate? Why you can't stay consistent? Why you feel drained, uninspired, and stuck? Because your brain is constantly being hijacked, and you allow it. If you do not control the input, the world will feed you garbage. If you do not protect your mind will be enslaved by distractions. Every single thing you allow into your space is either fueling your success or destroying it. The conversations you have, the people you listen to, the content you consume, all of it either sharpens you or weakens you. So ask yourself, what feeds your focus? What kills it? Because if you do not cut the noise, you will never hear the signal. Procrastination, the death sentence of the week. Procrastination is a disease. It is the ultimate form of self-sabotage. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. I'll do it when I feel ready. I just need more time. Lies, lies, lies. You know what procrastination really is? It's a lack of urgency. It's a refusal to acknowledge that time is running out. Because here's the brutal truth. No one cares about your excuses. The world doesn't pause for your laziness. Every time you delay action, someone else is moving forward. Every second you waste is a second you will never get back. You either do it now, or you never will. The strategy: lock in, cut the noise, execute. This is where most people quit. They hear the truth. They nod their heads. Then they go right back to wasting time. But you will execute. 1. The single task challenge. For the next 48 hours, no more multitasking. Pick one task at a time. Work on it without switching until it is done. Eliminate all distractions during that period. If you can't do this, you are addicted to distraction. And if you're addicted to distraction, you are addicted to failure. 2. The digital purge. For the next 7 days, remove every unnecessary distraction. Unfollow toxic content. Turn off notifications. Delete the apps that steal your focus. If something doesn't make you money, strengthen your mind, or push you forward, it does not deserve space in your life. 3. The 5-minute rule. If there is something you are avoiding, set a timer for 5 minutes and just start. No overthinking, no hesitation, just start. Because the hardest part of any task? The beginning. Once you start, momentum takes over. Lesson 4. The power of imperfection and letting go. Perfection is a lie. Act or stay stagnant. The greatest lie ever sold to you is the idea of the perfect moment. You tell yourself you'll start when the timing is right. When you have more money, more knowledge, more experience. You tell yourself that you need to be fully ready. But what if I told you that's the exact reason you're stuck? Because perfection doesn't exist. It is a fantasy, a delaying tactic, a coward's excuse to do nothing. Look around. How many people do you know who are waiting? Waiting to launch their business, waiting to invest, waiting to take a risk. And guess what? They'll be waiting forever. Because deep down, they don't want perfection. They want certainty. And certainty does not exist in success. The moment you kill this illusion is the moment you gain power. Because the truth is ugly. You will never have all the answers. You will never feel 100% ready. You will never know if you will win or fail. But while you hesitate, someone else is pulling the trigger. And by the time you're ready, they've already won. You are not that important. Stop taking yourself so seriously. Let me break something to you. No one cares if you fail. No one cares if you mess up, look foolish, or make mistakes. Do you really think the world is watching you that closely? Do you really believe people spend their time dissecting your failures? No. They are too busy with their own problems. You are the only one making your failures bigger than they are. And this is where most people lose. They become so afraid of looking stupid that they never even try. They are so afraid of being laughed at that they choose inaction over growth. So they stay safe. They stay comfortable. They stay average. And one day, they wake up full of regret. Do not let your fear of failure outweigh your hunger for success. Because the reality is, winners fail forward. Losers stay frozen. If you're too scared to fail, you're too scared to win. Resentment, the poison that kills your progress. Let's talk about resentment. That bitterness you carry, that anger toward people who wronged you, that hate toward those who doubted you. It is only destroying you. While you hold on to grudges, they are moving on. While you plot revenge, they are growing. While you stay bitter, they are winning. So who is really losing here? Resentment is wasted energy. Energy that should be fueling your grind. Energy that should be building your empire. So you have two options. Stay stuck in the past, letting pain control you. Use it as fuel, turning pain into power. Let go, not because they deserve it. Let go because you deserve freedom. The strategy: move now, drop the baggage, own the imperfection. Most people will read this and stay the same. But you will execute. 1. The 70% rule. Launch before you're ready. You wait for 100% perfection before taking action. You've already failed. Instead, move at 70%. When your idea is 70% solid, execute. When you are 70% prepared, act. When you feel 70% confident, go. Because you will figure out the rest along the way. And while others hesitate, you will be 10 steps ahead. 2. Laugh at yourself challenge. For the next 24 hours, find one thing you failed at and laugh about it. Own it. Embrace it. Make it part of your story. Because once you learn to laugh at failure, you take away its power. 3. Burn the resentment letter. Write a letter to someone who wronged you. Every ounce of bitterness, every grudge, every anger-filled thought. Then burn it. Because the past is dead, and you are done carrying corpses. Lesson 5. Creating a new identity. Kill the old version of you, or stay a slave forever. Right now, there are 2 versions of you. The one who hesitates, doubts, makes excuses, and wastes time. The one who executes, dominates, and takes everything life has to offer. One of them must die. Because success is not a game of half measures. You don't try to change. You don't hope to be better. You either become the person who wins, or you stay a spectator. There is no in between. Right now you are still carrying parts of the old weak version of you. The one who blamed others. The one who procrastinated. The one who needed permission. The one who was afraid to move forward. That version of you is the reason you aren't where you want to be. And as long as you hold on to even 1% of that weakness, you will never be free. So today, you make a choice. Kill the old you, or let it kill your future. The identity shift. Stop trying. Start being. Most people approach success the wrong way. They say, I'm trying to be more disciplined. I'm trying to build wealth. I'm trying to be confident. Trying is for losers. You don't try to be something. You decide that you already are. Not, I'm trying to be disciplined. I am disciplined. Not, I'm trying to be successful. I am successful. Not, I'm trying to be wealthy. I am building wealth daily. The old version of you tried. The new version of you is. Reprogramming. The truth about winners. You ever notice how truly successful people seem almost robotic in their certainty? It's because they do not negotiate with their identity. A millionaire does not hope to be wealthy. They act like one before they even get there. A powerful person does not wish for confidence. They walk into every room like they own it. A leader does not ask for permission. They command respect. And it's not fake. It's a decision. Winners decide who they are and live accordingly. Losers wait for the world to tell them who they can be. Which one are you? The strategy. How to kill the old you and become unstoppable. Most people will never do this. They will agree. They will get motivated. And then they will change nothing. But you will execute. 1. The death ritual. Kill the old you. Write down everything weak about the old you. The bad habits, the doubts, the excuses. Write it all down. Then burn it. Rip it up. Destroy it. Because that version of you no longer exists. From this moment on, you are operating at a different level. A new standard, a new identity. 2. The future identity letter. Write a letter from your future self, the one who has already won, the version that is financially successful, the version that doesn't hesitate, the version that does not tolerate weakness. Write as if you already are that person. Because you are, then read it every day, until it is no longer a dream, but your reality. 3. The zero tolerance policy. From this moment forward, you will no longer tolerate, excuses, hesitation, distractions, weakness, you will move like a weapon, with clarity, precision, and aggression. When you say you will do something, it gets done. When you start something, you finish it. When you set a goal, you obliterate it. The war never ends, but neither do we. To the returning Grimface warriors, you already know what this is. You've been in the fight. You've felt the shift. And you keep coming back because you understand. This isn't just motivation. This is a war cry. And to those of you who are new, welcome to the Grimface movement. This is not for everyone. This is not for the weak. This is for those who refuse to be controlled. If this message hit you like a wake-up call, then it's time to take action. Hit that subscribe button and lock in, because this is just the beginning. And if you're serious about leveling up, about breaking free, about reprogramming your life for power and success, then don't stop here. Head to grimfaceofficial.com. This is where the real ones stay connected, where we sharpen the mindset outside of YouTube, where we keep building. The war never ends, but neither do we. More is coming. Stay sharp, stay ruthless, and I'll see you in the next one. Grimface out. What if I told you that the difference between where you are now and where you want to be isn't luck, talent, or some secret formula? It's a mindset, a strategy, a way of life. Most people will never achieve financial freedom, not because they aren't capable, but because they don't have the right foundation. They chase quick money. They waste time on distractions. They stay stuck in comfort while success demands growth. But not you. You're here because you're ready to take control, to break free from mediocrity, to build real wealth, real power, and real freedom. Over the next 10 lessons, you're going to learn the fundamentals of financial success, not just how to make money, but how to build a life where money works for you. You'll learn how to work in silence and let success speak for itself. Focus on the long game while others chase shortcuts. Build wealth first, so you never have to struggle again. Adapt, evolve, and stay ahead of the game. Never stop dreaming and never stop growing. These lessons are not for everyone. Most people will read them, get inspired for a moment, and then go back to old habits. But you're different. You're here because you're ready to put in the work. So if you're ready to master the mindset, discipline, and strategies that will make you unstoppable, let's begin. Lesson 1. The mindset shift. Silence, focus, and self-reliance. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you made a move in silence? A move so calculated, so focused, that no one knew what you were working on until the results spoke for themselves. We live in a world where people broadcast every thought, every goal, every step they take. Social media has trained us to seek validation before we even accomplish anything. But here's the truth. Real power moves are made in silence. Success is not a performance for others. It is an internal game. And those who master it understand one thing. Work in silence. Let success make the noise. Because the moment you start announcing your plans to the world, you invite opinions, distractions, and doubt. You invite people who will question you, discourage you, or worse, plant seeds of insecurity in your mind. And those seeds, they grow. They take root in your subconscious. And suddenly, you start hesitating, second-guessing, doubting whether you were even capable in the first place. So today, I challenge you to reclaim your power. Stop seeking permission. Stop looking for validation. You don't need an audience. You need focus. That's the first shift. The second shift Be selfish with your time. You owe yourself the discipline it takes to build something great. And in the beginning, that means saying no. No to distractions. No to people who don't understand your vision. No to time-wasting habits that drain your potential. You see, time is your most valuable resource. And if you're not intentional with it, the world will take it from you. They will steal it with endless favors, social obligations, and distractions disguised as opportunities. But if you want to be great, if you want to be dangerously successful, you must guard your time with the same intensity that a warrior guards his weapon. That means prioritizing the work before the fun. It means setting boundaries. It means understanding that sacrifice isn't losing something. It's an investment in something greater. And the third shift? Self-reliance. Most people panic the moment they face a challenge. They look for help before they even attempt to solve the problem themselves. But those who thrive, those who rise above, are the ones who have trained themselves to figure things out. Before you ask for help, ask yourself, have I researched this? Have I experimented with solutions? Have I tested different strategies? Because every time you solve a problem on your own, you level up. You become sharper, more capable. And soon, the very things that once seemed overwhelming will become second nature to you. Self-reliance isn't about isolation. It's about power. The power to trust yourself, to back yourself, to know that no matter what life throws at you, you can handle it. So here's your mission. Starting today, move in silence. Make progress without broadcasting it. Be ruthless with your time. Cut out the distractions. Solve problems before seeking help. Train yourself to be self-reliant. Because the moment you master these three things, you step into a whole new level of control. And from this moment forward, you are no longer a spectator in your own life. You are the architect, the strategist, the one who moves unseen, until it's time to let the world hear the roar of your success. So be silent, be focused, be self-reliant, and watch how unstoppable you become. Lesson 2. Learn, then do. The power of action. Overplanning. How many times have you heard someone say, I just need to learn a little more before I start? How many times have you said it? I'll start my business once I finish reading this book. I'll invest once I take a few more courses. I'll get in shape once I learn the perfect workout routine. And then what happens? Weeks pass, months pass, nothing changes. Let me tell you something brutal but true. Knowledge without action is useless. The world does not reward those who know. It rewards those who do. Right now, there are thousands of people who are less skilled, less knowledgeable, and less prepared than you. But they're ahead of you. Why? Because they took action while you were still trying to figure everything out. They started before they were ready. They took messy action. They made mistakes, corrected course, and kept going. And guess what? That's how success works. No book, no course, no lecture will prepare you for the real game. The only way to truly learn is to step into the fire. So today, I want you to understand one thing. Perfection is a lie. It's a trap designed to keep you in limbo, a comfortable excuse for never starting. You will never feel ready. You will never have enough knowledge. And you don't need to. What you need is momentum. So here's how you integrate this lesson into your life. Step 1. Learn. Just enough to start. Not everything. Just enough. Enough to take one meaningful step forward. You want to start investing? Learn the basics, then buy your first stock. You want to start a business? Learn the fundamentals, then make your first sale. You want to get in shape? Learn one simple workout routine, Then hit the gym today. No waiting, no overanalyzing, just action. Step 2. Fail fast and learn faster. Here's a secret. Mistakes are your greatest teacher. Every misstep teaches you something a book never could. Don't fear failure. Fear standing still. Because if you fail today, guess what? You learn. You adjust. You improve. But if you do nothing, you stay exactly where you are. Step 3. Trust the process. Success is a cycle. Learn. Doctor. Adjust. Repeat. It's not a straight path, but every step you take reveals the next. You won't always know where the road leads, and that's fine. The only thing that matters is that you keep moving forward. So here's my challenge for you. Identify one thing you've been overthinking. Stop learning about it and start doing it. Make your first move today. Because the truth is, you already know enough to start. You've just been waiting for permission. Well, here it is. Stop waiting. Stop overanalyzing. Stop holding yourself back. Start. Now. And I promise you, your future self will thank you. Lesson 3. The power of focus. Eliminating distractions. Tell me something. When was the last time you dedicated yourself fully to one goal? No distractions, no side projects, just full, undivided focus. Most people can't answer that because we live in a world of constant noise. Social media, endless notifications, a million things competing for your attention. And what happens? You start a project, get excited, then, boom, another idea pops up, another distraction pulls you away. And before you know it, you're stuck in a cycle of unfinished business. But here's the truth. Success isn't about doing more. It's about doing less, with more intensity. You don't need more projects. You need more focus. And that's exactly what we're going to master today. Step 1. Disappear for a while. I'm not saying vanish off the face of the earth, but you need to create a season of isolation, a period of time where your number one goal is all that matters. That means cutting out distractions, saying no to things that don't serve your goal, removing yourself from environments that drain your energy. For the next 6 months, I want you to make your goal your priority, not one of many priorities. The priority. It could be building your business. It could be mastering a new skill. It could be getting into the best shape of your life. But choose one, commit to it, and disappear into your work. Step 2. Eliminate distractions at the source. You already know what's holding you back. You just don't want to admit it. It could be mindless scrolling on social media, hanging out with people who don't push you forward, procrastinating with busy work instead of what really matters. If you're serious about success, you need to cut these out. Not reduce, not manage, eliminate. Because every distraction costs you something. Your time, your energy, your future, and you can't afford to pay that price anymore. Step 3. Train your mind for deep work. The greatest achievers in history had one thing in common: unbreakable focus. When they worked, they were locked in. No distractions, no multitasking, just pure, focused effort. That's the level you need to reach. And here's how you do it. Set dedicated time blocks where you work with 0 interruptions. Turn off all notifications, email, texts, social media. Work in isolation. Remove yourself from noise and temptation. Use the 90-minute rule. 90 minutes of deep work, 10-minute break. Repeat. When you train your mind like this, your productivity will skyrocket. You'll get more done in 1 month than most people do in a year. Your challenge for today: choose your one goal. No more juggling. Create a 6-month focus plan. What will you sacrifice? What will you prioritize? Start your season of isolation. Remove distractions. Lock in. Because here's the reality. Most people will never do this. They will keep making excuses. They will keep chasing instant gratification. They will keep spreading themselves too thin, but not you. Because today, you choose focus. You choose discipline. You choose to lock in, disappear, and return as a completely different person. The world won't see you coming. But when they finally do, it will be impossible to ignore. Lesson 4. Build wealth first, then figure everything else out. Let me ask you something. If you lost everything today, what would you do? If the rug was pulled out from under you, if your back was against the wall, how would you survive? Most people have no answer, because they've spent their lives prioritizing everything but their financial foundation. They chase status, spend recklessly, and live paycheck to paycheck, believing that wealth is something they'll figure out later. But here's the truth. If you don't put money first, everything else in your life becomes harder. Every choice you make is influenced by your financial situation, where you live, what you eat, the opportunities you take, or the ones you can't afford. Money isn't everything, but let's be real. It gives you freedom. It buys back your time. It gives you options. And until you secure your finances, you are a prisoner to survival mode. So today's lesson is simple. Get rich first. Then, worry about everything else. Step 1. Make wealth your primary goal. Forget balance. Forget comfort. Make financial freedom your first priority. For the next 2 to 5 years, I want you to shift your entire mindset. Every decision you make should increase your income or lower your expenses. Every spare dollar should be used to build assets, not liabilities. Every hour you waste is time you could be using to stack money and level up. This is not forever, but it is necessary. Sacrifice now so you never have to struggle again. Step 2. Develop the habit of money mastery. Wealth is not about luck. It's about habits. And if you want to be rich, you need to develop the habits of the rich. Save first, spend last. Before you buy anything unnecessary, make sure you've saved and invested. Pay yourself first. Automatically move a percentage of your income to investments before you even see it. Increase your earning power. If you're not making enough, learn a high-income skill. Start a side hustle. Do what it takes to increase your value. Eliminate financial deadweight. Cut out expenses that don't serve your long-term goals. If you don't control your money will control you. Step 3. Use financial struggles as motivation. Let's be honest. There will be days when you want to quit. Days when you question if it's worth it. Days when you see people around you living recklessly, having fun, while you're grinding in silence. And on those days, I want you to remember your pain. Remember what it feels like to stress over bills. Remember what it feels like to be stuck in a situation because of money. Remember what it feels like to be controlled by finances instead of controlling them. Let that fuel you. Because here's the reality. If you give up now, nothing changes. But if you push through, if you make the hard choices today, your future self will never have to struggle again. Your challenge for today. Decide right now that wealth is your primary focus. No more distractions. Set a clear financial goal. How much do you need to be free? $100,000? $500,000? More? Define it. Create a 6-month action plan. How will you increase your income? What will you invest in? What expenses will you cut? Because the truth is, most people will never do this. They will keep making excuses. They will keep waiting for the right time. And 5 years from now, they will be exactly where they are today. trapped in the same cycle. But not you. You will make the choice. You will make the sacrifice. And one day, you will wake up, look around, and realize you made it. No more financial stress. No more survival mode. Just freedom. But it starts today, right now. Make the decision and never look back. Lesson 5. The growth mindset. Overcoming obstacles and moving forward. Have you ever felt stuck? Like no matter how hard you try, you're not making progress? Like life is pushing back against every effort you make? That feeling is dangerous. Because when people feel stuck, they start making excuses. They start saying things like, maybe this just isn't for me. I'll try again later. I don't think I'm meant to succeed. And that's exactly why most people never make it. Because they don't realize feeling stuck is not a sign to quit. It's a signal that you've stopped growing. Step 1. Reframe stuck as an indicator. Think of your mind like a muscle. If you're not challenging it, it doesn't grow. If you're not pushing yourself outside your comfort zone, you stay exactly where you are. Feeling stuck means you've outgrown your current level, but you haven't taken the next step yet. So the question isn't, why am I stuck? The real question is, where do I need to grow next? Because growth is what creates momentum. Every new skill, every new challenge, every new lesson you learn pushes you forward. But if you stop learning, if you stop evolving, then life feels like it's standing still. Step 2. Identify your growth barriers. If you feel like you're not making progress, there's a reason. Maybe you've been avoiding something uncomfortable. Maybe you're scared to take the next step. Maybe you're waiting for things to be perfect before you move forward. But let me tell you something. Perfection is a lie. The only thing you need to do is take the next step. So ask yourself, what's the one thing I've been avoiding that I know I need to do? What fear is holding me back? What skill do I need to develop to break through this level? Once you identify the barrier, attack it. Because growth never happens in comfort. And if you're feeling stuck, it's time to get uncomfortable again. Step 3. Commit to the next move. The only way out of stagnation is action. Not planning. Not thinking about it. Action. So right now, I want you to commit to one bold move. If you've been delaying starting your business, start today. If you've been avoiding learning a new skill, sign up for the course. If you've been hesitating on making an investment, do the research and take the first step. Because the moment you take action, you break the cycle. The moment you stop hesitating and start moving forward, the feeling of being stuck disappears. Your challenge for today: identify what's keeping you stuck. Fear, lack of knowledge, distractions. Pick one action to push past it. No overthinking. Just execute. Make discomfort your new normal. Growth happens outside your comfort zone, and that's where you need to live. Because here's the truth. Most people will stay stuck forever. They will make excuses. They will wait for the right time. But 5 years from now, they will be in the same place, living the same life, facing the same struggles. But not you. Because today, you break free. Today, you push forward. Today, you choose growth over comfort. And once you start moving, you'll never be stuck again. Lesson 6. The art of strategic wealth building. Networking, investing in yourself, and diversifying income. Let me ask you something. Who do you spend your time with? Because whether you realize it or not, your environment is shaping your financial future. Look around. Are you surrounded by people who are leveling up? People who challenge you? People who inspire you to think bigger? Or are you stuck in a circle of people who complain about money, but never do anything to change their situation? Here's a hard truth. You will never rise above the level of your closest influences. If you want to build real wealth, you need to do 3 things. Network strategically, invest in yourself, create multiple income streams. Let's break it down. Step 1. Network strategically. You've probably heard the phrase, your network is your net worth. It's not a cliche. It's one of the greatest wealth-building secrets in the world. Because opportunities don't just come from what you know, they come from who you know. Think about it. Rich people don't just work hard, they build powerful networks. They surround themselves with mentors, investors, and high-value connections. And that's what you need to do. So ask yourself, who are the people in my circle? Are they helping me grow? Where can I meet people who are ahead of me financially? How can I add value to successful people? Here's your action step. Find a mentor. Someone who has the results you want, and learn from them. Join high-level communities. Go where the winners are. Business groups, investment forums, masterminds. Start providing value. Successful people don't care about small talk. They care about solutions. Find a way to bring value to the table. Because when you surround yourself with people who think bigger, you will start thinking bigger too. Step 2. Invest in yourself. If you're not willing to put money into your own growth, why would you expect to become wealthy? The highest return on investment is not in stocks, real estate, or crypto. It's in you. Because the more skills you develop, the more valuable you become. The more valuable you become, the more money you make. So stop seeing education as an expense and start seeing it as an investment. Here's your action step. Commit to lifelong learning. Read books, take courses, and constantly sharpen your skills. Upgrade your money mindset. Study wealth-building principles and apply them. Develop high-income skills. Sales, investing, negotiation. These are the skills that separate the rich from the average. Because the more you invest in yourself, the harder it becomes for you to be broke. Step 3. Diversify your income streams. One source of income is a financial death trap. If all your money comes from one place, whether it's your job, your business, or your investments, you are one crisis away from financial disaster. That's why wealthy people never rely on a single stream of income. They have multiple income sources that allow them to make money while they sleep, build financial security, scale their wealth effortlessly. If you're serious about getting rich, you need to start thinking in streams, not just paychecks. Here's your action step. Find one additional income stream to build in the next 6 months. This could be investing, starting a side hustle, creating digital products, or getting into real estate. Make your money work for you. Learn how to invest in assets that grow over time. Avoid get-rich-quick schemes. Build something sustainable. Because the moment you stop depending on one income source, you become financially untouchable. Your challenge for today: audit your network. Identify who is lifting you up and who is holding you back. Invest in your knowledge. Pick one skill or course and commit to learning. Start building an additional income stream. Even if it's small, get started. Because here's the truth. Most people will never do this. They will stay stuck in their comfort zones. They will keep making excuses. And 5 years from now, they'll still be wondering why they're broke. But not you. Because you choose to level up. You choose to surround yourself with winners. You choose to take control of your financial future. And one day soon, while others are struggling, you'll look back and realize you built something unstoppable. Lesson 7. The science of abundance. Health, gratitude, and perspective. Let me ask you something. What does wealth really mean to you? Most people think of money. They think of big houses, fast cars, endless vacations. And while those things are nice, true wealth goes much deeper. Because what's the point of money if you're too sick to enjoy it? What's the point of success if your mind is filled with stress, anxiety, and dissatisfaction? What's the point of building an empire if you never stop to appreciate the life you're creating? You see, real wealth is a combination of three things. Your health. Without it, nothing else matters. Your mindset. Gratitude is the foundation of abundance. Your perspective. The way you see the world determines what you attract into your life. And today, we're going to shift the way you think about success forever. Step 1. Health is the foundation of wealth. You could have all the money in the world, but if your body is failing, your money is useless. Yet people sacrifice their health chasing wealth, only to spend all their wealth trying to regain their health. This is insanity. Your body is your vehicle for success. Your mind is your weapon. Your energy is your fuel. If any of these are failing, you will never reach your full potential. So here's your action step. Fix your sleep. Sleep-deprived people make bad decisions. Protect your rest. Move your body. Exercise isn't just about looking good. It's about building mental discipline. Eat for performance. The food you eat either fuels your success or feeds your downfall. Choose wisely, because the stronger your body, the sharper your mind, and the greater your ability to win in every area of life. Step 2. Gratitude is the key to abundance. Let me tell you a secret. Money follows people who are already rich in their mind. And the fastest way to develop a rich mindset: gratitude. Most people walk around focusing on what they don't have. They dwell on their problems. They compare themselves to others. And by doing this, they create a mindset of scarcity. But successful people do the opposite. They focus on what they already have. They recognize their opportunities. They understand that life is happening for them, not to them. And because of this, they attract more. Gratitude isn't just about feeling good. It's a wealth-building strategy. So here's your action step. Start a gratitude practice. Every morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Stop complaining. Every complaint is a subconscious message to your brain that you are powerless. Acknowledge progress. Even small wins matter. Celebrate them. Because the moment you start living with gratitude, you shift from scarcity to abundance, and abundance attracts wealth. Step 3. Change your perspective. Change your life. Most people believe life happens to them. They think they are victims of their circumstances. They blame their past, their environment, their luck. They see obstacles as unfair challenges instead of opportunities for growth. And because of this, they stay stuck. But the ultra-successful, they see life differently. They know every challenge is a test, an opportunity to get stronger. They understand that failures are lessons, guides pointing them toward success. They refuse to be victims. They take full ownership of their lives. When you adopt this mindset, everything changes. Because instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you start asking, "How is this happening for me?" And the moment you make that shift, you take full control of your life. Your challenge for today: upgrade your health. Fix one bad habit today. Sleep, food, exercise. Practice gratitude. Start a daily habit of writing 3 things you're grateful for. Shift your mindset. Stop blaming, stop complaining, and start owning everything in your life. Because here's the truth. Most people will never do this. They will keep destroying their health. They will keep living in scarcity. They will keep blaming the world instead of taking control. But not you. Because today, you choose health. Today, you choose gratitude. Today, you choose to see the world through the eyes of a winner. And when you do that, when you truly embrace this mindset, You don't just build wealth. You build an unstoppable life. Lesson 8. The long game. Patience, consistency, and smart living. Let me ask you something. Are you playing the long game? Because here's what most people do. They chase quick money instead of lasting wealth. They expect overnight success and quit when things take time. They want big results instantly, but refuse to build the habits that create them. And that's why most people never make it. They don't understand that wealth, success, and power are built over time. Not in days, not in weeks, but in years of consistent, disciplined action. So today's lesson is simple. Be patient. The results will come, but only if you keep going. Be consistent. Wealth isn't built on bursts of effort, but on habits. Live smart. Spend wisely. Invest early. And protect your future. Step 1. Master the art of patience. Look, everyone wants to be successful fast. But real wealth isn't a sprint. It's a marathon. If you start a business, expect years of grinding before it pays off. If you start investing, expect slow, steady growth before big gains. If you're building a skill, expect to suck at first before you get good. This is how the game works. So why do so many people fail? Because they don't have the patience to let things grow. They want instant results, and when they don't get them, they quit too soon. But the truth is, the longer you stick with something, the bigger your advantage becomes. Here's your action step. Stop expecting quick wins. Focus on building for the long run. Set 5-year goals, not 5-week goals. Commit to the process. Develop long-term discipline. Success is the reward for those who refuse to quit. Because the ones who stay patient while everyone else gives up, they win every single time. Step 2. The power of consistency. Here's the difference between successful people and everyone else. Successful people keep showing up, even when they're tired, even when they're unmotivated, even when things aren't going their way. They understand that success isn't about intensity, it's about consistency. Because anyone can work hard for a week. Anyone can be disciplined for a month. But can you stay committed for years? That's the real question. Here's your action step. Pick one habit that will make you wealthy. Investing, reading, networking. Choose one. Do it every day, no excuses. Even when you don't feel like it. Track your progress. Measure your success over months and years, not days. Because consistency beats talent. It beats motivation. It beats luck. And in the end, it always wins. Step 3. Live smart. Spend less. Invest more. If you want to be wealthy, here's a secret most people ignore. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. You can earn 6 figures and still be broke. You can make millions and still be struggling. Why? Because if you don't control your spending, you will never build real wealth. Most people spend money to impress people who don't care, inflate their lifestyle every time they get a raise, save nothing, invest nothing, and wonder why they're still struggling. Don't be like them. Instead, follow these 3 rules. Live below your means. Just because you can afford something doesn't mean you should buy it. Invest your money. Every dollar you invest today multiplies in the future. Delay gratification. Short-term sacrifices lead to long-term freedom. Because here's the truth. You're either buying freedom or debt. Every time you spend money, you're making that choice. Your challenge for today. Stop chasing quick success. Choose one long-term goal and commit to it for years. Start a daily wealth-building habit. Small actions, done consistently, lead to massive results. Control your spending. Cut one unnecessary expense today and invest that money instead. Because most people will never do this. They will keep making excuses, They will keep looking for shortcuts. And 5 years from now, they will be stuck exactly where they are today. But not you. Because today, you choose patience. Today, you choose consistency. Today, you choose to play the long game. And when you do that, wealth is inevitable. Lesson 9. Adaptability. Embracing change for continuous growth. Let me ask you something. When life changes, do you fight it or do you adapt? Because here's the truth. Everything is constantly shifting. Markets rise and crash. Industries evolve and disappear. The world today is not the world we'll live in 5 years from now. And yet most people resist change instead of embracing it. They cling to old habits, old ways of thinking, and outdated strategies. They ignore the new economy, refuse to learn new skills, and then wonder why they keep falling behind. But the ultra-successful, they do the opposite. They see change before it happens. They adapt faster than anyone else. They turn uncertainty into opportunity. And that's exactly what you're going to learn how to do today. Step 1. Shift your mindset. Change is not the enemy. Most people fear change because it makes them uncomfortable. They don't want to relearn. They don't want to adjust. They don't want to start over. But here's the truth. Change is not your enemy. Stagnation is. Look around. The world rewards those who evolve. It punishes those who stay the same. Companies that failed to adapt, Blockbuster, Kodak, died. Investors who refuse to evolve, reinvent yourself constantly. The person you are today should not be the person you are a year from now. Because the moment you start seeing change as fuel, nothing can stop you. Step 2. Stay ahead. Learn faster than everyone else. If knowledge is power, then speed of learning is a superpower. The faster you adapt to new information, the faster you can. Spot new opportunities. Avoid outdated strategies. Build skills that keep you ahead of the curve. The problem? Most people stop learning after school. They settle. They plateau. They let the world pass them by. And that's why they stay stuck. But you're going to do the opposite. Here's your action step. Read daily. Not just for entertainment. Read for strategy. Read to get smarter. Follow industry shifts. If the economy is changing, you should know about it before everyone else. Invest in skills, not just assets. The right skill set makes you unstoppable in any economy. Because here's the truth. If you can outlearn, you can out-earn. Step 3. Build the habit of reinvention. Do you know the difference between people who win once and people who win for life? The ones who win for life never stop reinventing themselves. They don't get attached to one identity. They don't cling to one strategy. They don't stay stuck in one version of themselves. Instead, they constantly evolve. They stay open. They turn reinvention into a habit. And that's exactly what you need to do. Here's your action step. Every 6 months, audit your life. What's working? What's outdated? Adjust. Destroy comfort zones. If you feel too comfortable, it means you're not growing. Surround yourself with adaptable people. If your circle is stagnant, so are you. Because success isn't about what worked yesterday. It's about who adapts the fastest today. Your challenge for today. Embrace a new change in your life instead of fighting it. Shift your mindset. Pick a new skill or industry to start learning about today. Stay ahead of the curve. Do something uncomfortable. Growth happens when you stretch beyond what's easy. Because here's the truth. Most people will never do this. They will stay stuck in their old ways. They will resist growth. And when the world changes, they will be left behind. But not you. Because today, you choose to evolve. Today, you choose to stay ahead. Today, you choose to turn change into your greatest weapon. And when you do that, you don't just survive, you dominate. Lesson 10. The ultimate secret. Never stop dreaming and enjoy the journey. Let me ask you a question. What are you working for? What's the big vision that keeps you going? What's the dream that lights a fire inside you? What's the end game that makes all the sacrifices worth it? Because here's the truth. Without a dream, the grind is meaningless. If you're only chasing money, you will burn out. If you're only working to prove people wrong, you will lose motivation. If you're only moving forward because you're scared of failure, you will never feel fulfilled. You need something bigger, something that excites you, something that gives purpose to the process, something that makes the struggle worth it. Step 1. Reignite your dreams. Remember when you were a kid? You didn't think in limits. You didn't doubt yourself. You didn't care if something seemed impossible. But somewhere along the way, the world convinced you to shrink your dreams. It told you to be realistic. It told you to play it safe. It told you that some dreams were just too big. And if you believed that, you lost something powerful. But today, we take it back. Here's your action step. Write down the biggest dream you've ever had. No limits, no fear. Ask yourself, what would it take to make this real? No excuses, just strategy. Commit to chasing it, no matter how long it takes. Because the only way to fail is to quit. Because the people who achieve impossible things, they never stopped believing they could. Step 2. Learn to love the process. Most people make a huge mistake. They think happiness comes at the end of the journey. They believe they'll be satisfied once they hit the goal. They tell themselves, I'll be happy when I'm rich. I'll enjoy life once I make it. But here's the truth. If you don't enjoy the process, you will never enjoy the result. The grind is the reward. The struggle is what makes success feel earned. The late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices, that's where the real joy is. Because when you fall in love with the process, success becomes inevitable. Here's your action step. Stop waiting to be happy. Find joy in the work, not just the outcome. Celebrate small wins. The journey is made up of victories along the way. Acknowledge them. Shift your mindset. Instead of, I have to do this, start saying, I get to do this. Because success isn't a place you arrive at. It's a way of life. Step 3. Never stop dreaming. Never stop growing. You know what happens to people who reach their goals but never set new ones. They become lost. They become empty. They become stagnant. Because the secret to lifelong success? Never stop dreaming. Never stop growing. Never stop pushing forward. Your dreams should evolve. Your goals should expand. Your hunger should never die. Because the moment you stop reaching for something greater, you stop truly living. Here's your action step. Create your next level vision. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Think bigger. Keep setting new goals. The moment you hit one, set another. Keep growing. Surround yourself with dreamers. People who inspire you to keep pushing forward. Because this journey, it never really ends. And that's the beauty of it. Your challenge for today. Reconnect with your biggest dream. Write it down. Own it. Find joy in the process. Shift your mindset from obligation to opportunity. Set your next big goal. Once you reach one level, start reaching for the next. Because here's the truth. Most people will never do this. They will shrink their dreams. They will rush through life without ever enjoying it. They will settle for less than they're capable of. But not you. Because today, you reclaim your dreams. Today, you choose to love the journey. Today, you commit to never stopping, never settling, never giving up. And when you do that, you don't just win, you live. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of the game. You're not just a passive listener. You're someone who's ready to take control, break free from the system, and build real, unstoppable wealth. To our returning viewers, you are the backbone of the Grimface movement. You already know this isn't just about money. It's about power, freedom, the ability to control your own destiny. And every time you come back, you sharpen your mindset, elevate your knowledge, and push yourself further. We see you, we appreciate you, and we're building this together. And if you're new here, welcome to the movement. Grimface Financial isn't just another finance channel. It's a revolution. A wake-up call for those who refuse to stay trapped in the system. A guide for those who are ready to master their money, their mind, and their future. So if you're ready to level up your financial game, escape the rat race, and build the kind of wealth that makes you untouchable, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications, because the knowledge you're about to gain will separate you from the masses. This is Grimface Financial, where money isn't just paper, it's power. Where success isn't a dream, it's a choice. We'll see you in the next one. Stay sharp, stay relentless, and keep building.